Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Hi.
Nice to see you guys here on a Friday night, folks. That's right, we're going into the weekend. How amazing is that? Some of you on the other side of the world are already into your Saturday, and hope you're off to a very, very amazing day. Welcome to each and every one of you here. I gotta say it, sorry, when we have the countdown on, I do get to see it. Sometimes I only see it after, go back, watch replay. I am so sorry if I miss any of you guys' highs or anything. We're literally running around kissing the kids, sliding all these sliders, getting anybody set up for the guest tonight. So if we didn't get to say hi to you, that's why we shout you out in a couple of minutes, to make sure that each and every one of you know that we know you're here. And we cannot thank you out of these billion plus channels on YouTube, all the things that you have to do in your life to come and spend some time with us. It absolutely is amazing and incredible to have each and every one of you here. And we'll shout you out in just a moment. Community Tours Australia. Hey, Best Way. Hey, how are you? Good to have you here. Nice to see you here. Each and every one of you. Sorry, hon, I've been cutting you off.
Well, I was just letting you go.
No, I feel bad about that because I see that and I'll see the orange highlight and we're literally running around. Even that message that goes in, we don't want to use night bots. We're trying to avoid it.
Yeah.
But we just copy and have it ready, and I'll just run over and hit the button, run over to my daughter's room. Xenia's running from the bathroom. We're all kind of going here and there. She's got a comb in her hair. It's kind of hectic.
Yeah. Will I need a personal makeup artist or something soon? Maybe.
I think we're a long way.
I could then chat on my phone while somebody's doing my makeup or something like that. Then I could answer. Well, I think you guys understand that we try to address you as much as possible.
Community Tours is apologizing for different time zone. You have nothing to apologize for. I'm just glad to have you here.
Thank you for having us on your Saturday morning. That's what we welcome.
Definitely.
Welcome.
Each and every one of you, we have there the Egyptian gamer. We have people from all different time zones running through here like crazy. I love it. So, go ahead.
Well, I just hope they can sit down for a moment and enjoy the night with us as well. It's better enjoyed sitting down.
Yep.
Instead of running around crazy.
The lady makes a good point.
Guys. Welcome to our Friday and your Saturday to some of you. Today we are having an interview night. A very talented and skilled survivalist outdoorsman, Jason, Canadian by the way, from Woodpigeon Outdoors, is going to be joining us in a short time, talking all things outdoor, camping, hiking, wild edibles, and I want to know, he just launched his handmade merchandise, or
yes.
I would even say it's not merchandise. It's a outdoors camping gear store, which the items that he produces, he actually makes himself.
Yes.
So that's just launched just at the end of the October. So I'm really eager to ask all about that.
Yeah, I mean, and guys, it's a great way for us to get information. Anybody looking at it in the future, or any, there's all kinds of things to go with it. So, this kind of information, that's the whole point of it, is to help everybody. Oh, Farmal Fanatic, how are you?
Farmal Fanatic, thank you so much. Hello, everybody, and hello, Farmal Fanatic.
Yes.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for Super Chat.
He is going to be like one of the kindest people on YouTube. You see him everywhere. He just flies in with his... You're a very generous person, my friend. Not necessary, but very, very generous.
Hello, April, who just popped in quickly before her writing schedule time comes in. That's very good to be organized. I know it's hard to get yourself to do something when you do it at home.
Just a side note, guys, I don't mind just meeting each other and stuff like that. And that's what this is about. It's a meet and greet. I always say it's kind of like going to a comedy show or just the theater or something. Definitely get to know each other. That's important. Just try not to be too sub you and stuff like that. We don't, no asking for subs and no self-promotion. Just enjoy each other. If you find somebody really interesting, let them know. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. So I did a review on Woodpigeon Outdoors gear on my channel. He does outstanding work. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I seen that, and he actually mentions you and Clint Moore, who also did the review of his pouch on his newly established website. So that's pretty awesome, too.
Definitely. Steph outside says, hi, Pushas. How's it going? I'm here to see you, WP. Well, I'm just glad to have you in here. You're always welcome. It's nice to see you.
Yes, and by the way, guys, I don't know if you are aware, Jason is also one of the YouTubers, but we have actually met in life.
That's right.
Him and his wife came over to Gaspé region when they were doing their Appalachian Trails.
Yeah.
So we spent a day together, and it was really fun to get to know another YouTuber up close and personal. So we hope you have as much fun as we had this summer meeting those two.
Most definitely. Nice crowd in here, guys. This is going to be a nice evening. I like the Friday ones. They're kind of just nice to sit back. Everybody just hangs out. Good conversation is the key to enjoying the evening, and definitely there'll be no shortage of that tonight. And as well as you guys, it's participation within the... Oh, known by PJ. What's going on? There you go. Let's get you your wrench. Good to see you.
Hello. hello. Welcome everybody who's just joining us right now and who's new to the channel. Let's do some cleaning up or housework, so to say.
That's right.
We just wanted to remind you guys, if you could hug that like button and share it out, we would really appreciate that. And if you're new to our channel, hit up that subscribe button, and thank you so much if you do. Also, if you do buffer, don't suffer. Try to refresh it. YouTube has been weird, so to say, lately. It's not you, it's not us, it's YouTube. Refresh it, and hopefully it should be good enough after that.
Hiking deep for sure. Just get in contact with you. Have the worst memory, but just send us something about it. You have great energy. Thank you so. That's so kind of you.
Your DMs are the best ones.
Lala Lydia's life. I carry my wrench with honor. That is so cool. Thank you so much. Oh, Alicia Parrish, how you doing? Happy trails hiking's in here. We're gonna have to, guys. We're gonna have to do we're gonna talk about the selfies for a moment. And then we're going to shout all you guys' channels out, because I want to make sure I get each and every one of you. You guys are all so important, and we're honored to have each and every one of you here. Guys, we're really climbing up. We're already hitting 60. This is
awesome.
Great.
And that's probably, it's because you guys are sharing it out, and that is amazing. If you can tell your friends, especially guys, you outdoor and hiking community, if you can tell your fellow YouTubers that we have one of you guys up here and sharing their knowledge and their skills, I would really appreciate. And thank you for those who already did.
And even if you're not into hiking, like, this is a great night where he's going to talk about all kinds of things in here.
Yes.
You want to tell a little quickly about
well, I'm excited about wild edibles part.
Yes.
And I made sure that I asked Jay to pay attention to exactly that part and talk a little bit about it, because I am all into herbal teas and, you know, treating cough with Icelandic moss and drinking peppermint tea before bed. Like, I like all that kind of like a natural curing, you know, or supplementing your life with natural herbs. And he's very knowledgeable about all of that. In fact, he can pick up any leaf in the forest and knows what it is for. We've seen it ourselves with our own eyes when he was visiting us. So I'm excited for him to share the knowledge with us, how we, the ones who don't hike, can use that knowledge in our everyday lives.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool, guys. Lots of info for
especially
everybody.
Winter coming here.
That's right. That's right. So, I guess first things first, it's the last day today, but you know what? If there's some trickle in over the weekend, no problem. To celebrate 4K, we were asking you guys if you could make a 60-second video, 60 seconds on the dot, shot in your style, where you introduce yourself, anything you want to say to us about the 4K, and also about what the Blue Wrench Group means to you. Anybody new here, the Blue Wrench Group means, as you can see, everybody has one. We're all equal. We're all a co-op. That's the motto behind it. So 60 seconds, HD, introduce yourself, anything you want to say to us, and what the Blue Wrench Group means to you. And you can send it to bluewrenchgroup@gmail.com. That's Blue Wrench Group, all one word, @gmail.com. I want to show you guys off because you guys are the ones who got us to 4K. Whether you were here tonight, halfway through, or right from the get-go, you guys make this channel what it is, and the only way to celebrate is to celebrate you guys. So thank you so much for everything you do for us. Thank you for being here. And with that said, do you want to talk about the selfie, son?
Yes, of course. Take a selfie of you watching us and post it on social media. Even better if you can take a selfie of you watching us with a live stream behind you. We love those ones too. And post it on social media with the hashtag Blue Wrench Group. And if it is on Twitter, we're going to be showing it off during the show on our screen, so we get to see your beautiful faces, and everybody does as well. A great way for you to connect outside of YouTube with fellow YouTubers.
Definitely, April. The weekend's fine. I know we said for Friday, but I mean, people have busy lives, so just we'll do it for the weekend. So feel free. There's still lots of time. Thank you so much, Austin, for posting the link for the email. And do you want to put it for the selfie, son?
Yes, of course.
And if you have merch, this is the time. Take a second, throw it on, and take your picture. Show off what you got. Don't be shy. So.
Speaking about merch, just a reminder, we do have our merch store, hashtag Blue Wrench Group, available in a special custom-made seamless pattern or plain blue. It's up to you. There you go. The link is here. And all the links we're dropping here are available in our description as well. We constantly update our description part. So it's always a good idea to drop by every so often and check out what's new. And if you forget one of the links, they are all freely available there. By the way, our schedule available as well in our About section now.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're starting to get a little more organized. We're working on it.
We are working
slowly
on
but
it.
surely.
Yes.
Slowly but surely.
Also, just to remind you guys, if you haven't joined us this week yet, Heavy Metal Magnet. Have a coffee.
Kind.
Well, cheers. Thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you so much, and have a good Friday night.
We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. If you haven't joined us this week.
Trippy, sorry, my brother bought your blue wrench socks. They look great. Oh, that's so cool. I hope we can see a picture. I hope you can do a selfie at some point with them. I'd love to see them.
Yeah, if you do get anything, please do make a selfie or at least a picture of the merch.
Yep.
We would love to share it on our social medias as well. Thank you. That's amazing.
I guess with that said, you ready for me to shut out?
Okay. I'll say my part after.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go
ahead.
Oh my God. Alrighty. Anybody new here? I use Echo. Why? Because I have horrible history of mispronouncing names, so at least it might as well sound a bit goofy while I mess it up. Please know I do it all in love. I'm reading for the participants. If I miss anybody, once I'm done and back in the chat, please just highlight our name and say hi so I make sure I get each and every one of you, because each and every one of you are spectacular creators and love having you here. Welcome, Weekend Outdoors, Trippy, the Egyptian Gamer Geek, The Trips, Terracope, Steph Outside, Stacy Morgan, Rock G, PD Tech, Patrick D, Oblex, Magnet Fishing, Need Vodka to Gamer, Mummy Shelley, MU Free Music for your videos, Micro Homesteaders, Living Life Illinois, Lever Guns 5110 WCF, Lala Lydia's Life, Known by PJ, Jami, Jack, you know what it is, Heavy Metal. Hey, we could get away with it. I love it.
And thank you, Living Life Illinois, for supporting us with the super chat. Living Life Illinois, thank you so much.
Thank you. That was very, very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Jagger, he does it every time.
Are you done cutting me off?
I'm reading the chat.
Heavy Metal, I don't even know where I was. Heavy Metal Magnet, Happy Trails Hiking, Godspeed Super Beast, Gabriel Z, Foulfish, Filipina British Wife Vlog, Family Love Kitchen, Faith Darling TV, Destination Chronicles, Dangerous Curves, Community Tours Australia, Chetanka Experiment, Burnwood Bushcraft. Sorry, Burnwood, I know you well. I got stage fright for a second. Beauty and Lifestyle, Austin Bosca, Arizona Timeless Tourist, April Broswell, Alyssa Parrish, Rock Fam, A New Day with Us. Welcome each and every one of you guys. If I missed anybody, please just say hi, highlight your name. There's Tim is in here. Welcome from all the way down under. Thank you once again, Living Life Illinois. That was very, very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. And if there's anybody, like I said, I missed, the cutting board I see up there is Sandy Baller, Rock G.
And if you're listening to us on your headphones, please say hi if you can in the chat. And if you can't, that's okay too. Hope you enjoy your Friday night with us.
Most definitely, most definitely. Thank you once again, guys, each and every one of you for being here.
Filipina British Vlog, hello, a new day by us.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Yes.
Hugs to you too.
Right back at you. Great to have you back in here.
Yeah, Burnwood Bushcraft, Happy Trails Hiking I seen was earlier in as well.
So many
awesome guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
So many great channels.
Just reminding you again, if you can like and share the stream, we would really appreciate that. So we can really welcome Jason in just a couple of minutes of time.
That's right. Grant McIntosh, how are you? Nice to see you here. Such a pleasure to have each and every one of you guys here. Jagger Scott, Echo 1 to Echo 2. Are you receiving? Over.
I know, Jagger.
I love that one. Awesome channel, guys. And guys, like I say, feel free, just not over the top, but if there's somebody you haven't checked out here and you want to get to know them, long done respectfully to our guest, That's what it's all about. It's a meeting place. We're going to have some really good chat. Very interesting stuff. That's the greatest thing about these. Even if you've followed this person, in these interviews, you always get to find out some new things about them that you didn't know, because it's a nice long talk, and not just about their channel, about them, anything they feel like sharing. We don't do it like an interview show with a list of questions. We have some topics to touch on, but we want to keep it casual.
Not Jerry Springer. Yeah.
That's right. We're just all sitting here on the couch having a talk. That's what it's all about. So
that's right.
I think we've got, I don't think we missed anybody now at this point. So, it's Bakasu? Austin Bakasu.
We're so bad at this.
I hope I pronounced it right.
Sutton KA
Reaper.
Experiment, hello.
Welcome.
Alyssa listening to us on their headphones. Hi, Tammy, hello. Reaper Man.
Reaper Man is in here.
Awesome. Animal Fiasco. Amazing. Guys, you're amazing. Well, I hope you have some selfies out there, because we would really want to see your beautiful faces out there. Hashtag Blue Ranch Group, and if it's on Twitter, we're going to be showing it off just in a nick of time, and I can see already some of them coming in. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. That's so cool. Awesome. Brother Dan.
Hey. Getting ready to give her tonight. It's Snow Your Way.
Yeah,
it is.
Next, it's supposed to come on Monday. And apparently it could be up to 50 centimeters. I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's see if we're going to be snowed in on Monday or not. Hendrik Eber. Hello. Welcome. I think you're from Australia. Right. You are in Australia. Am I right? So welcome from Canada to Australia. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
There we go.
I just seen actually Hendrik Eber's selfie today. He was rewatching our show with Danny Black.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is awesome. That's right,
It's great to
guys.
have
You
you
can
here.
always rewatch, or if you missed any of the shows, they're always available to watch. On Monday, we had amazing Emmy winner guest, Don Jameson, Emmy winner TV host from That Metal Show. On Wednesday, we had Danny Black. He's a musician on cruise ships, American living in Australia. So amazing interviews this week. And today, of course, Jason from Woodpigeon Outdoors.
Dave, organic gardening in North Carolina. How are you? You won't recognize me tonight, he says.
Well, now I'm
challenge.
curious.
Yes, exactly. You piqued my curiosity. And guys, it's not too late if you want to put up your selfie of you watching us. If you can't do that, a selfie of you. Upload it using the link provided. And please use the hashtag Blue Wrench Group so we don't miss it. And once again, if you have your merch on or anything like that, this is the time, guys. This is the time to put it on and then take that selfie so we can see you. There you go. There. Cool. Very cool.
Are we looking at them?
No.
Oh, well, I never know if you're sharing it or not.
I know. I like keeping you on your toes. TCR Ferrets. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you here. Welcome.
Mommy Shell.
All the great channels, guys.
Snow in Michigan. Ski instructor. Yes, you need snow if you're a ski instructor.
Most definitely.
Yes. Karen Sommers. Hi.
How are you?
Friday. Yes. Oh. Diane here. Awesome, Karen. That's right. It's Friday night. And everybody is socializing as we laugh.
Remember, guys, once again, YouTube is buffering servers like crazy. All the live streams are getting hit. So if you do get some buffering, please just hit that refresh button a couple of times. We do apologize for it, but it's completely out of our control. So we do ask, thank you for your understanding with that. And hope you guys are still looking forward to a really great show tonight. Let's see. We're going to bring up the selfies, hon.
I think it's time. Hey, King. Hello.
Welcome. How are you?
Thank you for coming over. Welcome.
Always great to have you here. Always great. There we go. We're all set up. Let's take a look and see what we got here.
Inspired John. Hello.
Hey, Inspired John. How are you today? Nice to see you. I always feel a little more inspired when you're here.
Marty Stamplakowski. Hello.
Welcome to each and every one of you. We're just starting to look at the selfies, guys, but it's not too late to get your selfies up there. Once again, link will be in the description. Selfie of you watching us. You can't do the selfie of you. Upload it using the link provided for our Twitter. And please use the hashtag Blue Wrench Group so we don't miss them.
And it's never too late to do that.
Happy Trails Hiking. Were you included on the list when I was reading? Because I know you're in there before, but either way, another hi to you. Always great to have you in here. Melissa's Outdoor Vlogs. CSX Trainmaster, welcome. Look at all the great channels, guys. Great. There's going to be a great conversation tonight. Patrick D's in here. We're going to have our guest on in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, we're looking at selfies right now. We have Polynesian Vlogger, who always comes up with something different.
Yes, that's right.
Always keeps us on our feet. We love you so much, Polly. Thank you so much. Oh, there was another one. Oh, yeah.
There is one below that as well.
Yeah, this is where I seen stuff outside a while ago. We were watching. Oh, that is so cool.
Wow.
I love that.
With the reflection. That's awesome. Very creative approach to it. Love that.
He said he was playing his acoustic bass. I heard him say it in the chat. She's awesome. I don't, you try to get as many as you can, and I try to even listen when I'm doing other stuff. That's what I was doing, setting up OBS, but I was listening in, and she is just phenomenal. That's really
Warrior
cool.
Outdoors. Hello.
And we have Jelly Duck, who always all the way from Kuwait, who gets there a little bit faster than the rest, and I love that. He's always well prepared with his selfies.
Pocari Sweat. I wonder what kind of liquid is in, or what does it mean? It says Pocari Sweat. So now I wanna, or I don't wanna know. It depends on what is inside. We love guys when you do that. That's okay. Staff outside. We enjoy that.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't have to be. No. We enjoy the pictures of you. That's awesome.
I think that was really clever, that shot, to be honest. I think that was really impressive.
Yes.
There she is. Melissa Parrish. That's awesome.
Rock Fam, Julie's Miracle Love School. Hello.
Hey, nice to see you.
Heading to work. Well, be safe.
Yes, it's always a pleasure
And
to have you in.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. And we hope you have a really, really great day. And be safe out there. Thank you, Pusa Studios, for your amazing support and genuine care for the community. Guys, come support this beautiful couple live on.
Awesome. Thank you
That's
so much.
so kind. Thank you so much. Oh, Melissa Outdoor. There we go. Good. I thought we lost it. Melissa's Outdoor Vlogs.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great, guys. Loving it. That is really cool. Thank you so much for coming. It's great to have you here. Burnwood Bushcraft's been. Oh, that is awesome, my friend. How you doing?
Amazing. Love that. Thank you for joining us today.
It was such a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Thank you very much. There we go. God, I'm sorry.
Beautiful. Lydia's Life.
I love that.
Yeah, Lydia's Life. Awesome.
What a great shot.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
We
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
these guys. They mean the world. Well, look who's all covered up tonight.
Yes. Well, we don't know who is it.
I don't know.
We can't recognize.
I think I've seen him on Hawaii 5-0 a long time ago. I think he played bad guy number 3 or something like that. I got some props for my Queen project.
And John Lennon glasses, though.
Yeah. No, he's looking good. Looking sharp.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. And like I say, guys, it's not too late. If you haven't taken your selfie already, there's still lots of time. We'd love to see you guys. So thank you so much for that. That was really cool.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And it's never too late. You can always add your picture out there. # Blue Wrench Group. Thank you so much. That's Tom Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Awesome.
That was really good. I love that one.
Gaming Reborn. Hello. Thank you for joining us. CSX Trainmaster. Awesome, guys. Dr. Fish.
And thank you guys for the support. If you can tweet it out, that really, really does help us out a lot. The more people in here, the more support for Jason, the more people you guys get to meet, the more our channel grows. It all works hand in hand. We got 62 likes and one person who loves us so much that they just always are on the ball and getting here. So we want to thank you with the bottom of our hearts, and we hope you have a very, very great weekend.
Thank you for watching.
That's right. So, with that said, I think it's time to summon our guests. What do you think, hon?
Well, I think so too. I think it's time. I think people have been waiting.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so I think it's time to welcome him in. And with round of applause, guys, and excited shouts or shout-outs. Although it's not a shout-out, right?
There'll be one person ask, can I get a shout out?
Oh, definitely. They probably are already. So yes, Jason from Woodpigeon Outdoors channel, a fellow Canadian from Gatineau region. Am I right?
Yep, that's right.
That's right. He is a outdoors man. Keen on hiking, passionate about wildlife and everything outdoors and nature, and we want to pick his brain on that and get to know him and his life a little bit up closer.
Most definitely. No, it's going to be a great time. So guys, without further ado, I would like to welcome our guest, the man of the hour tonight, Jason from Woodpigeon Outdoors. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, not too bad. Hey, look at the amazing group we have tonight.
Yes, it is. Lots of people out to see you. Lots of people looking forward to getting to know you better.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, by the way.
Pleasure's ours. Pleasure's ours. And that's, like I say, the first person we've had on here that we can say that we didn't meet for the first time talking on our live stream. We actually met in person, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that was what? Earlier in the summer, right?
Yeah, July, I think. July
yeah.
Or August, one of the two.
Yeah.
They all blend together, summer.
Yeah, it was right after the fishing trip, and then we were heading on to the Appalachian Trail.
That's right. That's right. That was so cool. We had a great day that day. The lawnmower racing and everything else and all that stuff.
Totally enjoyed that. Especially, just kicking back and relax and get to know another YouTuber, it's, you would think being in Ottawa in a big city like this, you'd bump into fellow YouTubers all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the case, like the closest YouTuber around me is like Timmins or Montreal or Toronto, stuff like that. But there's never anybody right close by.
Yeah. So there's a scene here going on in Montreal. And I mean, it's hard sometimes, with life and work and everything else and that and good. And there's a lot of it, of course, is more of the French-based ones in here, but there is some bigger English ones too, and we just haven't had a chance. It's an awful thing, but it's just hard to set up. But you're right, because our country's so spread out. A lot we know in Canada are like 500-600 kilometers apart sometimes, easily.
Yeah, and it's like, well, for example, we're heading towards Quebec City tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's going on in Quebec?
Just going up to meet Jill's family. If you guys don't know who Jill is,
yeah.
She's also in the videos with me. She's actually downstairs watching TV. So
hi, Jill.
So she doesn't mind doing the filming part, but doing live, it's she's a little bit wary of it. So.
That's okay. It's not for everybody. I get that. It isn't something that everybody has to do. And she is amazing. So I'll vouch for her right now, guys. I think we both will.
Yes.
She's really great. Yeah, we had a great time with her.
Of course. That's why I married her.
You will get to that definitely, and to that amazing story as well. But that's later on.
So I guess we'll start off first by getting people to introduce. Get you to introduce yourself. Talk a little bit about your channel in brief before we start with any questions, just so anybody in here who hasn't had the pleasure of meeting you yet knows what you do on YouTube.
Fair enough. My name's Jay, and my channel is Woodpigeon Outdoors, as you probably already know. And when I first started out my YouTube channel, I was watching other YouTube channels such as Joe Robinette, Native Survival from who both been on the Alone Show, and I just so many great outdoorsy channels, and I went, you know what, I could do this, right? And I'm going to put up a camping video or whatever. I'll do a dandelion coffee video like Survival Lily. and I'm going to get the 10,000 views and all that. And no, my first video went out, and I think it's not even at 25 views. And like I said, it was a dandelion coffee video. Before that, I had a couple of my buddies there come with me in the bush in the middle of winter. I thought, hey, here's something you don't really see is winter survival videos, until I actually looked through YouTube and found a bunch of winter survival videos. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll do like by the river, and then you got, what's his name from the UK there? He's done like coastal stuff. So I'm sitting there going, okay, how am I going to grow? And like every YouTuber, you have to pay your dues. You start from the bottom, work your way up. So unless put out a random viral video of a cute kitty or something like that.
Feral cats are very popular, apparently.
So, but I started out doing, I wanted to do bushcraft, and then I figured, everybody's got name bushcraft in it. So I figured just a regular outdoorsy channel, because this way, if you stray from bushcraft, the audience you do retain don't go, hey, that's not bushcraft. You pull out a lighter, it's not bushcraft. But like what's his name there?
It doesn't limit you to what you're doing in the woods.
And I want to say thank you for that, because I love each and every one of you. But I have mixed up so many bushcraft channels because they have the same name, and I feel so awful. You guys and the drone community are the two I noticed that have it is so hard sometimes to keep everybody, and I've said the wrong thing, put my foot in my mouth countless times, and so they've been quite also very understanding that they realize because of that I can mix them up. But
another reason too why I didn't want to call myself a bushcraft channel, like in the beginning, like I said, I think my very first video I said Woodpigeon Bushcraft.
Okay.
Right? And like I said, in the bushcraft community, if you're not a purist or pure bushcraft, you get a lot of hate from the other bushcrafters. So if you say outdoors, like,
you've opened up your limit. You're opening up your possibilities.
Budget Bushcraft forgives us.
Thank you. I knew you were gonna. Thank you, Budget. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And forgive me, guys, if I'm not answering the chat. I can't see the chat. So
I will tell you if there's any questions, guys. Yes, if there are any questions, put them in the chat, and I will get them to Jay. So no worries about that.
So with that said, got your Timmies out today, or I know.
No, today we got compliments of our son.
Homemade brew made by our son. Yeah,
he keeps us going in coffee while we're on here.
Yes, that's right.
He's our first sponsor.
Met your son when we met up?
Yep, that's right.
So good bunch of kids there you have. Friendly, listens to you guys, and I was like, wow, like.
Thank you.
Great job raising them. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, our daughter was a bit upset that day, so you're very, very kind. But yeah,
Thank you.
It was nice. Though it was good they all got to meet. Well, that day there was a lot. The heat was bad. We found out later that she had a bit of heat stroke, I guess. So.
Yeah.
I hope she's a lot better now. So.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, she's back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I just have to say hi to somebody here who's special. Hold on 1 second. We have to do this for her. Hello, Simply Shannon Miller. Shannon's the biggest fan of the Echo ever, so we have to greet her special.
With that Echo thing, I got 1 week rest.
Okay.
Can you do he shoots, he scores with the...
Oh my God. Never tried that one before.
Right? It's Canadian.
Yeah, that's right. No, I never even thought of that. You're making me blush. No, I should have thought of that. He's coming down the middle. Left, right pass. He passes over the other side. The defenseman got him. He comes up to the side and he scores!
That was actually really well done.
Oh, and we're in Quebec. So, c'est le but pour numéro 22 de Monsieur Jean-Guy Pareil. There, that's as much like a replicate a hockey game for you. So
Hey, that was good. That was good.
thank you. I thought that was something I've been shooting for a long time.
Oh my God. There was a hiker Micah was saying you should have had your son make bushcraft style coffee. Well, maybe we can dive into it right away.
Yeah.
What, in short, what it would be? What is bushcraft coffee?
Oh, or cowboy coffee is basically what you do is you put your water in, you put your pot on the fire or just over the fire, you put your coffee grounds in the water, and then you let it perk. And then what happens is the coffee grains settle to the bottom, and then you just drink it like that, right? After that, and just careful at the end not to take that big gulp so you don't get the coffee grinds, and you're good to go.
Do you do a fortune telling after with the coffee grounds too?
I knew that was
to
coming.
say that. No, but
They do it with the tea, so why not with coffee, right?
The other side of Pusa Studios did not support the following company.
Expressed opinions is solely my own.
Yes, that's right. Burnwood Bushcraft says, got it. Please tell Jay and that Joy and I love him and that we are proud of him.
And especially of the T-shirt that you're wearing, of
Yes.
course.
Of course.
Jay is sporting Hike and Deep T-shirt.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Hike and Deep. I won one of his giveaways.
That was so
I don't know
cool.
if I could get the... It's a great shirt, nice and light, but it's not made for the Canadian outdoors. I went outside to go deal with the polar bears in the trash cans, and snow just kind of, the cold air just kind of went right through it.
Yeah, don't worry already. They both see they all see we're both Canadians. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of the innuendos in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming. I can forecast that one. If I can't get the weather, I can forecast that. So nice to have you. And there was also a question I missed right away. Did you grab any yet?
Well, I have questions coming. Hike with Mike was saying, have you ever encountered any bears or your adventures?
Yes, actually. And
wow.
this is actually one of my favorite stories to tell is with one of the first times I went camping with Jill. Babe? Yeah. Is it Algonquin? Yeah. All right. We went to Algonquin Park. Was the first time we camped together, and it was late spring. Basically what happened was while she had the bright idea of attaching both sleeping bags together. So I was like, okay, great. And what would happen was she would cocoon herself in both sleeping bags. So I end up like half out of the sleeping bag while she's all bundled up nice and warm. So it's been about 2 nights that this happened, and we were going into the third night, and I hear stomping around outside the tent. This was probably around 6 o'clock in the morning. Sorry. And it was around 6 in the morning, and I decided to figure out like what's going on. So I unzipped the tent just to see who's like messing around outside our tent. And was a black bear.
Oh my God.
And it was literally like 5 feet from the tent. I just zipped it up, tried to roll back and like snuggle up to Joe's to go back to sleep. I just figured it's too early for this stuff. And what does she do? No, it's too early. You have enough covers. And she's like pulled the covers away from me some more.
Wait. You decided to ignore the fact that there is a black bear basically right outside of your tent and just went back to sleep? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, like, all the bear was doing was sniffing around. Like, it wasn't tipping anything over. And I was like up for 5 minutes and like I could hear it. If it would have done anything, it would have done like sooner. You know,
okay.
Like they're pretty much more scared of us than we are of them. Now, there are some cases that bears will attack and whatever, but right? There's usually telltale signs that they're going to attack.
Well, can you share it with us? Because I think, especially lately in States and in Canada, there have been numerous encounters with campers that don't know what they're doing outside, and what would be the situations to do before, and what to do, like if you do encounter a bear.
One of the things is don't run.
Okay.
Right. That because they're going to associate you with prey, and they'll go after you. And if you can run faster than 60K, then
yeah.
for it, right?
Good luck with that. Yeah.
But other than that, one of the things is make yourself as big as possible. Right. So open up your jacket. Right. Make a lot of noise going through the woods, like if you're on a hike. That's why you have the bear bell. It's not, the bear's they're going to hear you coming, and they don't want any part of you. So they're going to like turn around and walk away. Mm-hmm. Right? And they're going to be gone before you even notice them. Right. For example, another time that I encountered a bear was I was with Jill. Again, we were going on a hike in the Gatineau Hills. That's in Quebec, was Gatineau Park. And it was near the end of the trail, and we were walking, and I was actually filming for YouTube, right? Doing a video for YouTube. And then I looked over, and how this started was every time something would jump or move in the woods, I would say it's a bear. So if it'd be a squirrel, I say it's a bear. Mm. If it's a chipmunk, I would say it's a bear. So we heard rustling, and I looked up and I saw a bear. So I turned to Jill and went, "Babe, hold up, there's a bear." Right? And she's like, yeah. And she looks up and she sees a bear. She goes, "What do we do?" We're already done the trail. I don't want to go back for another hour to, go back and redo the trail in reverse.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll tell you what. You stay on this side of me. I'll stay in between you and the bear. If the bear attacks, well, I'll take on the bear. And she's like, okay. So we go, and she's already up the hill. Oh. She just poof, done up the hill. And she turns back and says, "Oh, by the way, there's a cub."
Oh my.
So I look over and you see this cute little fluffy thing jumping in the ferns.
Oh God.
And I just kind of held up my camera, did a quick snapshot, and slowly away.
Wow.
Mama bear's something that you don't want to mess with.
No.
Protect her young. And like I was saying, there's some telltale signs that they will attack, is the head swing. They'll sway their head like that. Mm-hmm. All right. Was starting to do a slow, not a big, aggressive, but, just a warning saying, "Hey, I will attack." And I just went, "Okay, you had the road, see it." And I left, But if there's to a point where they're going to attack, try to hold your ground and then quickly play dead. If you see there's no, you are going to be attacked, play dead. What's going to happen is they're going to come up, they'll bat you around for a bit, right? Cover your neck and head. They'll bat you around, they'll sniff you, and then they'll see you're not a threat, and hopefully leave,
Batting around doesn't sound too good either. I mean, their paws are huge.
Well,
it's better than the alternative.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I know in the States they have the grizzlies and the brown bear, and up here we have black bear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, a black bear is about 300 to 400 pounds, right? About maybe 4 to 5 feet, give or take. So, but a brown bear is 6 feet and up, and then you got your grizzlies and Kodiaks and.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, monsters. Those are
interesting hike with Mike was saying that I had a scary encounter with a black bear in the green swamp, which is weird because usually it's large reptiles they have to deal with in Florida. But he had a bear circling him and growling, and of course no bear spray. because it was unusual encounter. So it's really, I would never put a bear in a swamp region. Like I would never think of that. That's for sure.
Is it swamp or a bog? Because if it's a bog, there's probably blueberries.
Oh, okay.
And the bears are probably there for the blueberries, or like depending on what kind of water region there is, they might be there for the fish, whatever, you know.
Wow. Kike said you have to act like you are at the top of the food chain. I was singing Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song to it and banging on the fire ring. Well, I guess it worked since you're still talking with us. So that's a great suggestion. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Kind of going out of this question as well, Karen Summers was asking, have you ever helped city folks who think they can camp but did everything wrong?
A few times, yeah. A lot of my friends that I've met for the first time, or them first time meeting me, a bunch of city folk, they would walk in and I'd be sitting there drinking pine needle tea or something like that, and I'll be watching Les Stroud on TV, or Dual Survival with Dave Canterbury or something like that, and they'd come in and I'll be like stropping a knife or just little things like that, and they asked me like, hey, can you bring me out into the woods or whatever? Mm-hmm. I'm like, sure. And I go, tell you what, we'll just go on a quick little hike, whatever. And they're like, okay. And they show up wearing flip-flops.
Oh my God.
Or in heavy mosquito season, they'll wear like the short shorts and the tank top, wearing flip-flops, and they have a Starbucks coffee.
Oh, priceless picture.
And I'm like, I hope you got bug spray.
Yeah.
And just looking at me like, no. I'm like, okay, well, here's some bug spray. Here's, and
wow.
I've seen people that didn't know how to make a fire. Like they're putting like these big logs on and using a lighter trying to light this huge log that's like 4 or 5 inch round. So
growing up in a rural area, I used to see lots of people come down, and I mean, they have the best intentions. We had one time, the river that you see in that Cascapedia River, as I told you, it's fly fishing only, by appointment only. There's no open part of it. One of they call them guardians. They're another lower step than game wardens. They're by the town that guard it. They caught a family. They were trying to fish for salmon. Somebody told them they had to tie pork to the end of the line, and they were out fishing with little pieces of pork in this river for salmon with a spinner rod.
How did that work?
Oh, lovely, I tell you. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I've kind of seen all of them like that. Or you get the guy from the city that comes down, and then all of a sudden even though you live around there, they come down and they kind of dictate to you all the time, and they're like, well, no, you should do this. And that's, buddy, I've lived here my whole life, and what you just told me was so beyond wrong, I don't even know where to start, but I've seen it in a book.
Well, I haven't been fly fished in like years until this summer, right? Mm-hmm. As some of the outdoor community knows, I could tie my own flies.
Right.
And Jill's dad, I've tied a bunch of flies for him. Right. And he even some of the crappiest flies that I've tied, like that shouldn't even been like on a line, right? He's excellent at fly fishing. Right. And just to watch him do it and the rhythm that he got, he's been doing it for years. Yeah. And he did like a great job, so. Well,
it's an art form, fly fishing. It really is an art form, and it is a registered art now, and rightfully so. It's ballet on water, it really is. I mean, it's a technique all in itself, and you could have fished for 35 years, and then the first time you pick up a fly rod is a completely different.
Well, that's the thing too. Like haven't fly fished in like forever, but I
Okay. Oh, continue, please continue.
sorry, I'm just seeing you looking over and everything.
You pretend we don't even exist. Yeah. Sorry.
Watching the fly fishing and him fly fish, and he's like, you know, chest deep in water, and like his arms are up, and same motion and same S pattern in the line and everything, and he's like pinpointing these spots where I'm like, if I had a spinner and whatever, I'd be able to pinpoint those spots too, but salmon don't go for that, they go for the flies.
Right.
So,
Most definitely. We're actually just showing a clip from your Appalachian Trail video while you're talking.
oh, there you go. I think which one was it?
This is part 2. We're just showing a little bit of it here. Well,
at the beginning there where he's
casting. Yeah
that's actually him casting. So and I think he does amazing job there. So
now we have the missus. She's casting.
Yeah. So
that's very cool.
And the thing is too, Jill picked it up really fast, and it was her first time fly fishing. So she just went boom, 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 boom. And then like he kind of tweaked her style a little bit, and then he sent her on her way, and she, got it like down, except for I think there's one part where in the video it turns red. She kind of messed up.
Well, I'll tell you now, I used to spare a guide a lot, and I honestly found if there was 2 that didn't know and it was a husband and wife, about 8 chances out of 10 the wife seemed to catch on it faster than the male.
Yeah, because they pay attention to details, and guys go in macho and
start forcing.
It's not how much strength you have. It's
100%.
It's finesse, and women have better finesse than men do. Like, sorry guys, but it's true.
That is very, very true. I found that a lot, and I think it's kind of like arm wrestling. It's not so much the strength, it's the technique into it that really gets you through. And fly fishing is a lot like that. Your body is an extension of the rod, and a little golfing too. You don't force a swing, you swing through. Same with a cast. Exactly. It's a casting through your body, not forcing it off the line.
And you're not whipping the rod, it's the extension of your arm. So your arm's here, and just think of it as it's continuing.
Yeah.
And,
I had a couple of guys now and then that did spay casting, and that's just a whole nother level of where they crisscross and throw back, and it's like, oh my God, man, I don't want to try that one.
And like when I was younger, I used to do play with bullwhips.
Okay.
Right? Do the
snap?
And it's the same thing, right?
True.
But when it's like anything else, you don't do it for a long period of time, and you lose it, right? So, it's repetitive, and you get it back.
Definitely. So you enjoyed your time down there?
Of course, like going on the Appalachian Trail, but the 2 hours in, having my boot blow out 2 hours in on the first day, spending all those days on the trail. So, I twisted it a few times, but just taped it up and kept going. Like
it's all part of the adventure.
Yeah, you can see in one of the videos as well, guys. If you go and check out Woodpigeon Outdoors channel, he has documented his trail hike through the trail and the gear malfunction as well. So you can go and check it out after the stream for sure. There was a question actually from the King, who asked, how far did you hike the Appalachian Trail?
How far did we hike the trail?
Yeah.
We did the upper Quebec portion of the trail.
Mm-hmm.
So, Beb.
Yeah.
How many kilometers was it?
I don't know. It was the Gaspésie Park.
It was the Gaspésie Park, she says. She doesn't know. So,
yeah, that's part of the Chic-Choc Mountain Range, which is kind of pretty much the beginning of the Appalachians, of course, that continue all the way down through the United States. It's kind of the beginning part of it.
Yeah, we did 3 mountains and then a little bit. So, But that second day on the middle, was it second day, babe? Middle Mountain? Yeah, that was a tough mountain. So because it would go up and then plateau,
Right.
go up and then plateau, go up and then plateau, and then there's a head lake on top, and then you still have to go up. So it always felt like you were there, but you weren't there. You still had that little bit that you had to go. So
kind of like life.
yeah, pretty much, like no matter what, there's always something more that you have to do, right? So
it's a metaphor for it. So
are you sure it's not the end of the trails?
opposite way, then sure, it will be the end, the tail end of it. Good point, Nomadic Pike.
Oh my God.
With the last day when we were doing the end of the trail, we were done. Like we were just like, okay, we're done. And then for that last kicker is they show you the end of the trail here, but the center is still up another like 100 meters, but you have to go up, and you just finish hiking all the mountains and everything. You think you're done, you're tired. And I even say it at the end of the last video there, like, I'm done, we're tired, like, sorry about the outro, and like, I shut the camera off because we had to cross the street and then walk up to the, up some more, and it just like, oh my God, is this going to finish or what?
And I think you got some rain at the last portion, didn't you?
We did. I believe it was the morning of the second day or third day. I can't remember. It was just a long, and we had to go down one of the middle mountains to go up to the last mountain to go down again to the a lot of mountains. So I think we were on the peak of the second last mountain and it started to rain. And which made the downwards going down really slippery. So we had to kind of sidestep our way down, which took us a little bit of time. But once we hit to the gully at the bottom, it stopped raining.
Oh, wow.
Once we started climbing back up the other side, it started to rain again. So we found out that it was just a section of the mountain that it was raining. And it was weird the way it was set up. So
yeah, the weather changes so quickly.
Well, that's it. You can't plan onto it. Anybody around any mountain range, and the higher the mountain range, the more volatility it has to it. It can have its own micro storms.
And what was weird too was the landscape changed dramatically within like 100 meters. I mean, so we would be in dense wooded like conifers and pine and all that to a bog scenario within a matter of like 100 meters.
Crazy.
And then it would be from bog to like a grassland plain to like Rockies. So, and that's how the whole trail was. It just constantly switched, Well,
it was it's a beautiful area, and I've even taken it for granted myself. That's one thing about when you're growing up in a place, you always take for granted what you got around you. And that's what I appreciated once Xenia and I were together, is kind of rediscovering that area. Because I had kind of, been there, done that. I'm one of those people, I always want the new place, the new adventure. Yeah. So I got to say, with being Xenia, I got to take in a lot more of it again. And it was nice. It is a very beautiful part of the world. It's got everything into it, kind of in a very small area. You can see varied landscapes, high mountains, coastal areas, red rock. Some of the oldest rock in the world is there, actually.
Yeah. Like at the end, on the last day, we were going through some of the red rock, and also these big yellow boulders.
Yes.
Right. And that oh my God, that pretty much killed us. I believe Jill twisted her knee a little bit.
Oh, no.
with the my boot out, I was twisting my ankle constantly, and we were just like, let's get the lightweight, but like let's get out of here, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not fun.
But with every adventure, there's ups and downs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't let that part. If you guys want to check out the Appalachian Trail in the area, don't let that part be, your deciding factor. We've also seen, like there was a creepy loon, like on the first 2 days we didn't see anybody.
Well, that's an amazing part. You get to be like off the grid, kind of, with yourself and the nature, and
Well, yeah, and we're walking through, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm filming, like if something happens, nobody's really going to know. We're going to end up being like these, two hikers in the middle of the trail, and somebody's just going to like trip over us or something like that.
Find your corpses down below. Hopefully not. God. But is it like people who do go or decide they want to go on a hiking trips, like how prepared should they be, or what should you do if you're sitting on the couch, never done anything like that, and you're like, oh, I want to go hiking next summer? What is it?
Right, like start off small, right? So like if you're planning to do something like what we did on the trail, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Grab a pack, like a bag that you're going to put your gear in, and go for a walk around the block, just so you get an idea of the weight that you're going to be carrying. All right. After that, like it might look weird, but you need to know what you're getting yourself into. After that, go to your local park and do a small hike there. Doesn't have to be like 5 mile hike. Do like 0.3 kilometers or whatever. Do 100 meters. But get out into the bush and actually try. Get out into the woods and actually try it. And then after that, go a little bit longer, and then see what you need in gear and whatever. Good shoes. Right. Speaking of gear malfunction, Jill likes a certain company. I like a certain company.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much anymore, but
no, I bet.
Yes.
Jill's a very big fan of Keens. I don't know if you know what brand that is, but it's a good hiking boot. Mm-hmm. She's a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of cheap. So Walmart, Payless shoes, whatever, that's what I tend to use for boots.
Oh, really?
But as for other gear like tents and sleeping bags and wool blankets and stuff like that, also another thing, know if there's a fire ban, right, in that area, because we were prepared for the fire ban in the Shikshuk. Mm-hmm. Right? We weren't allowed to have a campfire.
That's a good point.
So, by 5-6 o'clock, you're in dense woods. It's getting dark. Sun's going down. And by 7 o'clock, we're like, okay, well, it's too dark and we can't have a campfire. So let's go to bed.
Yeah.
Right. So, but, going to bed early after a day of hiking like that, you're going to be thankful for it.
You're kind of thankful for the fire ban. It's a blessing in disguise.
It's just one of those things. Proper lighting, like headlamps, and know your gear. Don't just test it out on the trail, because test it out before you go out. Go in your backyard if you have to, Mm-hmm.
Well, do you find that is a big problem? Are you hearing, like, especially through you guys' circles and that, about a lot of people getting into it and going too hard on their first hike, like pushing it too far?
Yeah, for example, we kind of trained for this.
Right.
I don't know if you notice on my channel, there's a lot of hiking videos.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. And the reason for that is we were getting ready for the Appalachian Trail.
Right.
Okay. we wanted to know our time. We wanted to be ready for it because one, especially if you're a YouTuber, you know, you got to go set up your shot, run back, grab the camera, run back, and you know, doing those shots.
Double walk, yeah. Double mileage, basically.
Doing the trail twice.
Yes.
And I did that in the beginning of the Appalachian Trail, but like halfway through the first day, I was just like, no, I'm done. Like, I'm not, like, I'm going to be dead by the end of the trail, you know. So, but we still made a great time and beat our time by half hour.
Well, that's awesome. That's great.
You know,
That's pretty good. No,
Yeah.
I guess I want to go back now. We've talked about your channel. I want to kind of go back and get to know you for a few minutes.
All right.
I always use this it's kind of like an open question. We always joke we never want to make anybody cry. We're not Oprah. So it's back to where you feel comfortable starting and just kind of a little bit about you growing up, what it was like, whatever you want to share with us, a bit about your life, where you grew up, anything about family, just a bit to know you better, the stuff that people don't always get to know through your videos.
Yeah, for sure. I am not from Ontario. All right. I am actually from Alberta. I'll say Edmonton because nobody knows where Jackfish Lake is. So it's actually a really small town, population 16. I think they've grown by now, but you know, so Edmonton, Alberta, I grew up in the 80s. I'm born in 79. So grew up in the 80s watching the Edmonton Oilers win the cup.
Nice.
Back in the days of Gretzky and Messier and all that.
That was
here.
That was my years. That was my team. So
There you go. Moved out here, and which is Ontario now, or Ontario, Quebec. And I grew up with a single parent household. My mom did an awesome job trying to raise me. I know she did. It was hard for her, and you know, if mom's watching, thanks, mom. And a lot of the stuff for the outdoors I learned through my mom. So it mostly started with fishing, some bow making, but it was mostly fishing and, you know, how to skin a fish or clean a fish, which translated later on in life to, you know, how to skin and prepare a rabbit, and it's all pretty much the same thing. That's right. So
that's very true.
You know, and then after that, I did a lot of backpacking in the late 2000s, and then after that, I tried to settle down a couple times, and then I met Jill. I bet. So, and then I got married about a year and a half ago now, and you know, I think it's going well. Babe, is it going good?
Oh, no answer. No. Yeah, there you go. We have confirmation, folks.
It didn't sound too convincing, but
I love it. Well, I don't know. We met you, and I think it's going pretty well by meeting you guys. You guys seem really made for each other. I believe in kind of opposites attract. You guys have a lot of different ways of doing things, but it complements each other, and I believe that's what's the important key more than being the same. It's actually better. It makes a better fit. Oh, hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Hi.
How are you guys?
Great. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for joining.
Yes. I feel honored.
Going in Montreal?
Not yet.
Sunday, apparently.
I don't want to look outside the curtain. I'm hiding.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Well, that was unexpected. That was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, thank you.
She doesn't like to appear on camera too much live, so I feel kind of honored, to be honest.
She says sorry. She's preparing the stuff for tomorrow there. So
no, it was nice just to have her on. So.
I just wanted to add, Hike and Deep was saying that Jay's skilled at making fish leather. That is very hard to do and a great skill.
Fish leather?
Yeah.
That's it right there. That's one of the...
That's unbelievable.
I never seen that before.
That is one of the rainbow trouts that Jill's dad caught, and he's like, "Hey, I got some trout. You want to have a few?" We said sure, and then ended up making leather out of it.
Well, I didn't even know you can do that with fish.
It's actually Scandinavian. Also, the Inuits
Yes.
used to do it as well, but with full salmon. And they would make clothing and bags, and they would also use it for their shoes for waterproofing.
Wow.
So
it is a very hard skill. Not many. I've seen it a little bit on the native reserve by my place, and man, is it ever an intense skill. So that's really impressive.
And the best way to do it, to be honest with you, or the best way, the way I do it, I have a video of it actually, making Inuit fish leather, and the best way to do it is just to dry it out, and to get rid of that fish smell that people tend to not like, is you got to rinse it off real well, and then use borax. Borax is a natural ingredient. They mine it and everything, and then they just crush it up and package it, put a nice little label on it, and sell it.
Wow.
Just use borax. It's all natural. After that, you can just dump it, and you're good to go.
Wow.
And was that what's used for a long time? Is that more like kind of the
it's a new way of doing it.
Yeah, the new way, but it's like I meant like in the last 100 years or so, or just new in the last couple of years.
That I'm not sure. I just use the borax because it helps with the smell.
Cool.
And it helps with the process of the fish, and it's very pliable. It's almost like a paper peel, right? And then to use it, all you got to do is take a little bit of water and just dampen it, and then fold it to whatever shape you're going to want it.
Wow.
This one I'm going to be using for a knife sheath.
Oh, cool.
All right. And I'm in talks with a guy. He's going to come up, and we're going to be doing a video together. He does leather working. So he's going to incorporate this piece of fish leather into the knife sheath.
Wow, that's interesting.
Very nice.
Hike with Mike says, Andrew, I think David Lee Roth performed in a pair of fish leather pants at the U.S. Festival back in 1982.
Really?
Oh, there you go.
There you go, yeah.
Really? Because there was some that looked like that. I never knew if it was, but you know what?
That's amazing.
I'd like to
piece of
find that out.
information, yeah.
When we were in Iceland, we have this favorite fish and chip place we would go to, and that's what the lampshades are. Remember, it's codfish.
Amazing looking
Yeah.
lampshades.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like I took pictures. I think probably 15 pictures of each of them. They looked so amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And that's the thing too.
I thought he was joking. I was hoping. I just didn't want to be rude.
No. Another thing too with fish leather, it's very durable.
Yes.
As long as there's no puncture holes in it, right? You could twist it, you could bend it, and whatever, and it's tough.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think because of how thin it is. Like it's paper thin, right? So I don't know here. There you go.
Yeah, it's razor thin.
So
Wow.
Mhm.
Skyline Chimney says also, Jay makes amazing hides out of roadkill. They come out looking like new fur. An excellent way to recycle roadkill.
Yeah.
Oh, and hike with Mike. By the way, those fish ones, they would have probably smelled like fish even if you used
I
the borax or
believed you.
not,
Now.
and not coming from the fish they were made from. So,
Oh, wow.
wow,
Awesome.
Oh, that is cool.
What was it before?
This was rabbit.
Okay.
So, and it's nice and pliable and soft. And I got to be careful with this one because Munchkin likes to basically attack it.
I can imagine. I can imagine. That's the perfect one to lure them in.
So basically, when you're when you're stretching your leather, you see how it's nice and white here?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a spot that's not so white. Like up here, it's a brownish, tannish coloration.
Right.
Right. So what you want to do is when you're stretching it is to get it to, you want to break all the fibers and get it to this nice, hold up. There you go.
Is that a hat?
Sorry?
Is that a hat?
Yeah, this is a raccoon hat.
Awesome.
Very
So-
nice.
Wow.
Did you do the stitching as well?
No, this was when I wasn't a very good sewer. And a buddy of mine said, hey, I could do it. And they did it for me. So
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
his wife did it. But what I was getting at is it's usually yellow like that. I can't see the...
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it. Yeah, the difference.
Yeah.
And then what you want to do is pull the fibers apart. And then you'll get it to a nice white like this. And then you know it's done. And then it's pliable and flexible.
We used to do it, and oh my God, that the knife trying to do the scraping at the end, and once in a while you do that infamous nick, and it's like, oh no.
Flashing of the hide there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could, what you could do is flint knap or use a piece down here in Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec. It's slate. But for those of you out in Oregon and in the western part of the States, you guys got flint. So if you're able to shave a piece of flint, another thing too, I do flint napping. You take a flint like that and you scrape it.
Yeah, so traditional that way.
So
That's so cool.
There we go.
Yeah, that is really cool. That is traditional.
Wow.
Love that.
So, and I do hunt with traditional bows
Wow.
and arrow. So
That's beautiful.
So this one I still have to do this is actually the pairing for it. So it would go in like that. And then you wrap it up with sinew and a little bit of pine pitch. Yeah, I need to do the notch.
That's so cool.
So
What is the arrow part made of?
They're talking to Mike.
What is the arrow part made from?
okay, so this traditionally it's turkey feather from the wings. Now when you do it, you want the 3 feathers from the same side, so it spins the same way.
Oh, okay.
All right. So if you're going to use the wing feathers, and what you want to do is same size wing feathers, keep it going. And because if you do like one wing feather, one tail feather, and then the other wing feather, what's going to happen is instead of a spin, you're going to get a wobble.
Yeah. That you do not want.
Wow, such a detail makes a difference.
So with all the feathers facing the same way, it spins one way. And then this is hawthorn. It's a hawthorn shoot.
Okay.
And usually you use sinew, but at the time I didn't have sinew. So I'm using just red sewing thread. And then use pine pitch for I actually gotta redo it. It's coming up, but you use pine pitch to put it down. You wrap your feather, and then you do a knock at the end. You put your arrowhead. So
Nice. Guys, sorry. I just got to make a note. I got to tell everybody in here. Guys, there is a lot of buffering. I'm getting some messages that people can't get back in. We do apologize. It's completely out of our hands. That's the YouTube servers right now are in a real mess. If you're buffering, please just hit the refresh a couple times in your browsers. F5 on your keyboard or Command R if you need. And hope you guys can stay with us. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you off.
not a problem. If you buffer, don't suffer. Hit refresh.
That's right. That's right. I usually let Xenia do that one. She says it better than I do.
Oh, sorry.
No, you did it great. I'm actually going to keep it as a soundbite. I meant
Yeah.
me specifically.
He was joking on the phone. I like it, Cox, and he doesn't.
And a lot about the outdoor stuff is knowing how to fix your own gear as well. So, like, for example, I had one of those Penn fishing rods, right? The ones that they collapse down into about this size with the little mini reel, and that thing lasted maybe about 30 minutes. And
Yeah.
so, end up making myself one of those hand fishing reels. You put your fishing line up here, right? And you just go like that. It comes out, and you just reel it in like that.
It's awesome.
Plain and simple.
Very
Cut out
cool.
the little end like that, and I put my fishing stuff in there.
That's so cool.
So, little
That's really
pocket
cool.
fishing rod. Then this is actually my little outdoor. I want to go have fun in the woods kit, you know. So
That's
try
really
to
cool.
keep everything traditional. This is my flint napping kit. Some fishing stuff, some, a little bit of power cord, and another hand fishing thing.
I haven't seen one. That's for kites, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. But
Yeah, but it works perfectly. That's amazing.
So, and also part of bushcrafting is being inventive in what you use.
Exactly.
So, for example, like I said, we have a lot of slate here. So for me to make flint nap a piece of slate, it's not going to work. Like, it can, but it won't look as nice and doesn't. So that's why I use beer bottles and glass bottles and whatever. And glass is like a dime a dozen, right?
Right.
And same with carbon kuksas.
Cool.
So,
Can you explain a bit more what it is, a kuksa?
a kuksa?
Yeah.
A kuksa is a Scandinavian cup. I believe it's Finland or it's European cups. And what they used to do is get a birch burl and then carve their own cup. And then I don't know how it migrated to Canada and North America and all that to make a bushcraft thing, but it's very easy to do. This one I use a burn method. So
great.
I did this one after the Appalachian Trail.
Oh, really? So it's pretty new to you.
I ended up finding a piece of nice wood on the trail, and I stuck it in my bag, and I lugged a piece of log.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Just to add to the weight of the backpack.
Wow.
Till I was going to wait till I came back home to carve it out and everything, and Jill surprised me with an actual last day of camp sort of thing off the trail. So we ended up having a campfire and all that, and I started doing a burn bowl. So, and if you're wondering what the lines are, it ended up checking, right? So I inlaid turquoise.
Really?
Wow.
So
Awesome.
That's amazing.
That's really impressive.
Now, do you sell all these things, aligned with your newly handmade gear as well? Is it available somewhere for people?
I don't sell the kuksas and stuff because I don't feel I'm good enough at it. Right? Because it's not, in my opinion, it's not perfect. Right? And
Well, I don't know. It
plus,
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
That's why we were kind of pausing. Like, I don't know, but I find it all right.
it's my opinion. I don't like the fact that it doesn't look proper. So I wouldn't sell something like that. I would give it as a gift if somebody said, "Hey, can you do me a kuksa?" Yeah, sure, and do that. but I do my own gear.
Mm.
Right, this is one of the pouches, and I'm actually.
Please elaborate a bit more. Like, show everybody what you got and what you're doing with it.
Yeah, that was my kind of the question about your gear, because there was a question in the chat earlier as well about where is it available, how do you make it, and what is it? Because people have heard about it, and you just launched, so tell us more.
Okay, so I just basically what it was I've always wanted certain styles of gear. But the thing is, I could always find something close to what I want, but never exactly what I wanted. So I decided to start making my own gear.
That's cool.
And I started looking online, like at, for example, the Hidden Woodsman. A lot of outdoor enthusiasts will know who he is. And I looked at his site and went, holy crap, that's expensive. All right. No, seriously, like with a guy with like minimal budget, whatever. I thought it was crazy expensive. And I went, hey, I could do the same thing. Right. Mm-hmm. So I started doing small little whatevers, testing it out. And I finally went, oh, I like this design. And then buddies were going, hey, can you make me one? Sorry. I went, yeah, sure. Started making, and then people were going, hey, you should sell these. So I went, okay, I'll give it a go. And year and a half, 2 years later, I started. I launched about a month ago, and I do haversacks, possibles pouches. I'm starting to do Sammy pouches. A lot of my gear is water resistant, waterproof.
That is
tough gear.
That's a really big thing to take on, what you're doing.
And that's another thing too. Like last time I had a business, it was a storefront in photography.
Right.
So this whole online thing was totally new to me. So, I'm asking people, hey, how do I do this? And had a really good friend turn around and help me out. And he set up a domain name and everything for me to launch.
And it's available to buy at your website, am I right?
The website would be woodpigionoutdoors.ca, because I am Canadian, by the way. So
I love it.
I stuck with the Canadian theme.
Yeah, the link is in the chat and also in description under all social links for Jay if you're interested to look at it or maybe have a purchase, and definitely can head to the website. That's amazing. Yeah, because I seen you just launched the Facebook page as well, and you have been actively. I seen you also wrote an article for a journal about. Yes, I was very and lots of activity in the last months or so, which must be so exciting to kind of getting ready and finally kind of launch it all, and get people seeing.
That's the thing too. It was I was thinking, okay, I got I got to move the fish leather there. The cats are starting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And a rabbit. There we go. So, but yeah, it's doing the launch. I was actually quite nervous because I knew my gear was good. Mm-hmm. It's just I didn't know how to get it. I tested like this one, the red one that I hold up there. I keep holding it up is because I brought this one on the Appalachian Trail. Right, I figured might as well test it out, go big, test it out on a big adventure. Mm-hmm. Right, if it lasts like every day I used it, pulled it out. Did whatever I needed to do, put it back, pull it up. And put it this way, it lasts longer than my boots.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I figured, well, that's pretty big. I should do a smaller size. So I did a smaller size. After that, with Hike and Deep, we designed the navigation pouch where you could, throw in a map in the back pocket of it, throw in, and just keep everything you need for your outdoor mapping and what is it called? Orienteering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you have an orienteering pouch basically. So you can have everything in one shot that you could easily access. And then after that, I went into haversacks, and I'm still messing around with styles. This is one I'm working on at the moment, and light on the inside, dark on the outside. Put it lighter on the inside so you could open up your pack and see what's inside.
Smart.
You know, and I'm going from there as well. I want to get big. You know, like maybe one day I'll be like Under Armour or something like that. Who knows? So
I love your thinking. I love your entrepreneurship and the whole thing. I really do. And even when we were talking this summer, you got a spark in you, and I like how you run with things, and not just halfway. You run fast, but you run proper. You really do some nice work in that.
You hit that wall and bounce off, but the thing is, you got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going.
Yes.
You know, same for everything.
Definitely.
You know, you work hard at things, good things are going to happen. So,
and if you don't try, you won't find out. I mean,
exactly. You know, like, was I scared? Yeah, I'm still nervous about it. You know, like I'm sitting there going, okay, I launched and nothing's but things are happening. Yeah. You know, like I take the small battles same as I take the big ones.
Right.
You know, like if I get a thumbs up on my Facebook page, you know, I'll take that as a win. Mm-hmm. If, you know, somebody just mentions my gear on their channel, I'll take that as a win. If, you know what I mean? Like
But that's the way you have to look at it. And that's 100%. I mean, that ties in. We're all YouTubers, and that's something that happens a lot is like in YouTube or anything else in life. There are things that can bring you down here, but you really got to focus on the positive stuff and just keep letting that motivate you. Because otherwise you can get down in anything and get lost and missed out on some great opportunities.
You know, and like, well, since we're talking about the YouTube thing, let's take it that way. I get a thumbs up on a video. That's a win for me. I get a thumb down on a video. That's a win for me too. You know why? Because somebody watched my video.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Somebody subscribes. I take that as a double win. Mm-hmm. You know, so
it's true.
From there, so sorry.
No problem. No problem.
Another YouTuber just put something out on Twitter there. So
awesome.
So shout out to him if you guys haven't checked, and also each other. Like even if it's out of your niche, check out other YouTubers. You know why? You might find something that you might not have thought of before for your channel.
That's right.
You know?
And it doesn't matter the genre. We always bring up that example of Pauline Newman. Tons of people go over to see her. She does those dunny bags, and there's a lot of men in there now, and they actually like the way she presents herself. She's a supportive community member. You know, you can tie bags together. It doesn't always have to be what she does or what you do. You can find something in the middle that works. That's what's so cool.
I checked out like Pauline Newman as well. I don't say anything because I'm looking around going, okay, I don't know, like, I'm a tourist guy. I'm just going to sit back in the corner and watch, you know.
But there's a ton of guys doing that. I'd see when I look at the participation list, I can see them like, wow, there's a lot of people in here, and there's so many like that. I think it even might inspire you, even if it's something you have no interest to going into it. I still trying to give it a try and see where it takes me.
For example, like Michael Ferrer Jr., he does a morning show, but he does the B-roll.
Yes, exactly.
Right? And I've never thought of doing B-roll.
Yeah, and you participated, right?
Which is cool.
And doing those angle swerve shots that he does and everything, you know, like I've never thought of doing that. And I've tried doing it. It's not my style. You know, because I'm a pan shot guy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I like doing pan shots.
Right.
It's still considered B-roll, but it's not the fancy, like, you know, turning and, you know, I think the only time I did a lot of the B-roll was when I did the hat video. So.
But it's good. It's good to be inspired by other people's work. Even if you don't use it, you can take little tidbits here from there. And at least then you know, too, if a style's for you or not for you. You never know till you try.
Exactly, you know, and that's the thing, too. That goes under the wins, right?
Yep. I agree with you.
do I use the techniques? No, but I figure it's one added tool to my repertoire for making videos.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I count that as a win. So
Well, that's the way to do it. I like your attitude on that.
thank you.
Because it is very easy to go down here, so you got to try and keep yourself up. That was what I was getting at a while ago. It's so easy on anything, even with your products and that you're working on too. So you really, really, really got to try and keep yourself afloat. No matter what you do, look at the positive side. Take a moment to take in the negatives. You'll learn from them, or learn to feel down for a moment is okay too. But then you got to dust yourself and get right back up on it. It's so important.
Sorry, the cat was.
No problem. I extended my thought once I seen you gone. I just continued with it, made it a little longer so I could.
Sorry about that, guys. So,
no problem.
you don't know. Come on. You want your moment? No?
Cats only come when they're not asked to come. That was your mistake. You just said shh, and it would have come right up on your lap.
So no, before you guys called me on, she was right on my lap and she was like rubbing herself on me. And
oh my god, little camera shy.
It's
Asking for attention. Oh, it's Siamese.
So this is Munchkin.
Wow.
So she's a Munchkin Ragdoll mix. Right? So basically a Munchkin cat has the short legs, but she doesn't have the short legs. And the Ragdoll is like this. They get in your arms and they just flop.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow, the coloring look a lot like Siamese cats are, or the black.
She gets a lot of. She looks like Grumpy Cat.
Yeah.
With the raccoon eye. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
But she's a real daddy's girl.
Oh my god. How many pets do you have altogether?
We have 2. So that one's Munchkin. She is a what do you call that? Doctor prescribed cat thing. What do you call those?
Fixed?
No.
Oh, for non-allergenic?
No. Okay. A while back, I was suffering with depression.
Oh, okay.
All right, and the doctor said get a cat.
Oh.
Right. It's one of those. I forget what they're called.
Therapy cat. The trip says. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. There we go.
That's
Therapy
really
cat.
interesting.
Yeah. And she helped out a lot. And the reason why we got the ragdoll style cat is because they're loyal to one master, one human. Right? So they're also known as puppy cats. They follow you around and everything. So,
wow.
So, yeah. So that's what Munchkin is. She's.
I gotta ask you, do you think it worked? Did you feel it worked? This is interesting. I'd like to talk. We don't need to go into everything. I know it's a personal subject, but do you feel that it worked? Do you feel that it helped you?
A little bit, yeah. Like I was on meds, and then they took me off. Well, I took myself off it once I got the cat. Once I got Munchkin to see how it would work.
Right.
And I slowly started, like I switched back and forth, and then I still have a container with the pills in there. They're probably expired by now. I should just toss them, but I haven't been on the meds for 3-4 years now.
That's amazing.
Wow.
You know, the animals. I know dogs are for that as well. I know they do the horses, equestrian therapy as well for that purpose. It's really interesting. Wow.
And not to give take away, but there's also Charlie, right, which is a rescue cat.
Oh.
Jill rescued Charlie. She was a street cat, a stray. She was going to be put down, and she got rescued by Jill.
Wow.
Wow.
After when Jill got her, she was underweight, and she was really scraggly looking. She barely fit on the step.
Oh my God.
Very skinny, and
Jeez.
here comes Charlie.
The whole family. I love that.
Here we go.
Aww.
Oh.
Hey. So this she doesn't like to be picked up, but this is Charlie. She recently got operated on by her teeth, because when she was a street cat, when we got her, her teeth were really bad. We figured, okay, we'll figure stuff out medically and whatever, right? They put her on cortisone, and it would have been either her being drugged for the rest of her life, or we put her down, or we pull her teeth.
Wow.
We decided to pull her teeth, and it was an instant like light and day. She was more active, having fun. She's really lively, and with her teeth pulled, she doesn't have any problems eating or anything like that. It's doing a lot better.
Really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's quite a story, and I still think it's interesting with the therapeutic cat. I was thank you for sharing that with us. I was kind of curious how if it helped, and I never heard of it with a cat before, so I was very interested.
Well, the way the doctor put it was, I said, the doctor goes, get a cat. And I went, in my condition, I can't take care of a cat. No, why should I have a cat suffer?
Right.
And that's why. You're already thinking of somebody else. So.
Very interesting.
That's interesting. No, that was really good.
And in my state, I was thinking like, nobody, like, why should I care for something that's not gonna, and I don't want something else to suffer. And he's like, no, this is a positive thing. This is why you should, for you to care for something else, would, and in turn, unconditional love sort of thing,
Do you find that it helped you, like, get out of
that
through the day, like, so to say, like, forced you to do something that was organized every day?
Not only that, but also a good support system. I had some really good friends who helped me out.
It's very important.
People that was there to talk with me. And another thing too is there's a thing going for the outdoor community is show me your steak challenge. I want to throw this out there for whoever's out there and wants to do this challenge. It's to raise awareness for men's mental health. Right, and this is a good I guess it's a good segue into it. So if you guys want to do that challenge, do the show us your steak challenge. And it's basically to help raise awareness for men's mental health. I think they say it's 1 in 5 that has some sort of problem, and it could be anything from depression to PTSD to that's post-traumatic stress, anxiety, and you don't, a lot of people don't want to talk about it because it's the whole, I'm macho, I don't need to talk about depression. I am, and it's that whole stigma of, G.I. Joe to men and Barbie to women, right? And it's not that case.
It's humans. It's humans.
Yeah, if you see somebody's having a rough day, whatever, say hi, smile, whatever, you never know, that could be the difference in their day.
Definitely, without a doubt. And reaching out is everything.
Exactly.
I think it used to be a long, maybe even a decade ago, when nobody really talked about anything at all, and it's good that it starts to be more and more recognizable. Like Belle has Let's Talk Day, and just to even make aware that it's okay to talk about it.
The trips are saying mental illness has a huge stigma. Glad to see it being recognized more recently.
That's
100%. 100%.
True.
You know, and like I said, it's 1 in 5. So think about let's say you're on a bus to work in the morning, right? There's maybe 40 people on the bus. 1 in 5 suffer with either depression, PTSD, some sort of mental illness.
100%.
Right. So next time when you're on the bus, take a look around. Take a look. Might even be yourself. You know, there's also tons of helplines that could help. You know, so and just reach out. And if they're not reaching out to you, and you see that somebody's having a bad day, reach out to them. You know, like just, hey, how's it going?
The big.
It's not overstepping.
No.
You know, I've had, like, during when I was in that state of mind, I had people that were my friends for years completely ignore me because they didn't want to get involved. And then there was friends that went, dude, are you okay? Let's go for a coffee. Let's, you know, and this was like 2-3 in the morning.
Wow.
Do you think that often people just don't know what to do? It's not that they don't want to per se, although, you know, some people are probably like that as well. But I think lots of people just don't know what to do. They maybe would want to help, but they don't know how, or they don't know how to start the conversation or how to approach it.
Well, like, again, like my mom knew there was something up. She didn't know how. But I noticed she would call up friends that I haven't seen in a while that, you know, knew me more on how to handle me in that situation. So, but personally, one-on-one, she didn't really know, you know, but she always kept the conversation going and always tried to keep it light and fluffy, and you know what I mean? So I wouldn't like dwell on my thoughts. She kept my mind occupied in other things. But she didn't come straight out and say, and that's perfectly fine too, you know, like I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that.
The heart's in the right place. I mean, and it is hard sometimes, and sometimes it is, as we get through it, more people are getting used to it. Like, I like to think the newer generation is going to have an easier time dealing with it because they'll grow up with it. And it's not that there were bad people; they're just not sure how to deal with it because it was such a stigma for so long. They're not mad at you; they're not judging you. They're just more worried what to say, not that they don't care. So sometimes just somebody giving you a hug is enough to know that you got.
Just, hey, you want to talk? How are you doing?
Yep.
Or not even that. Just, hey, how are you? You know, more often than not, people will turn around and say, blah 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 blah. You know, like if they go, I'm fine. All right, you want to go for coffee? You know, you know, like, and if they turn around and get upset saying that you're pushing, then back off. They'll come to you. They'll remember and they'll come to you when they're ready.
Even if you don't talk on the subject, sometimes just talking about the weather, and they know that you care and they have a voice to say something can help. You know, so. Because it can be a lonely place sometimes in that area. You know, you feel like you're disconnected from so many and all those things.
Exactly. And, you know, after with the Munchkin and everything, got out of it. And, you know, I think Jill, when I met Jill, I was at the tail end of it.
Wow.
You know, so it went from, like, for me, hitting rock bottom to, you know, sky's the limit, right? So, and now, 3-4 years later, I opened up my own business, you know, working on YouTube, married to a wonderful woman, still got Munchkin, so, you know, and then meeting all of you guys in the Blue Wrench group, you know, fantastic group of people.
Well,
so
I get you. You're proud to have you in here, proud to have you part of it. I mean, we've known each other now for a while. We love what you're doing. We really thank you for coming with us tonight. This has been It's real awesome. And once again, our first person we ever met in real life, which is really cool to have you on top of that as an extra bonus.
Another thing too, you guys wanted to know about wild edibles.
Yes, I did. I was very eager to know what your suggestions are. The winter on this side of the world, at least, it's coming up, and the coughs, immune system dropping down, colds, and all that. So I wondered if you have any suggestions on what we should be doing.
Now, I know, like you said, it's becoming winter now, so a lot of the wild edibles this time of year are pretty well done, right? You could still search for some, but like a lot of it's done. But some of the main ones that I wanted to touch up on was this guy right here.
What is it?
Some of the outdoor community might know what this is. I'll flip it over.
Let's guess in the chat. What is that?
Yeah, because I don't have a clue.
Any guesses in the chat? By the way, while they're guessing, wanted to say that Hike with Mike was saying that they were there a few years ago, talking about the previous subject.
Poop. Dickie's beer reviews.
Remember, it made you stronger. Poop. Bark. The trip says bark. Dickie's beer review says mushroom. Charcoal for AU Pacmo. A rock from Obelix. Douglas Fairchild. Hello.
Hey, Dougie.
Anybody guessed it? And any of these charred wood?
Who guessed the mushroom?
Mushroom. Dickie's beer reviews said mushroom.
Beer reviews. Good job. It is in the mushroom family. It's actually chaga. It's a chaga mushroom.
This is how it looks like. I have heard about the tea.
So this is basically in its raw form. It's still drying out. I harvested this one earlier in the season.
Very cool.
And, okay, sorry. I just heard something from downstairs. It caught me off guard. But this is a chaga mushroom. So basically, it grows on a birch tree like this, right? And you know how a birch is pretty well all white. And it's very easy to spot because it protrudes out. And what you do is you just take a piece of it off, and it's this bright orange corky color.
I know what it is now, but I didn't recognize it. I don't know because it's dried out maybe a bit, or the coloring a bit different.
It's dried a little bit. Now the thing is, when you're harvesting a chaga mushroom, do not harvest the whole mushroom. Because it's a symbiotic, I don't know if I said that right, symbiotic relationship with the tree at that point. So if you take the whole mushroom, you're going to end up killing the tree as well. Right. So you want to leave a little bit on the tree, and then you take it, you dry it, or what I've done in a previous video is, I believe, the winter camping one, -20. I chopped it into bits and then broke it up, threw it into boiling water, and let it boil, and comes out looking like a black coffee. All right. And the thing with chaga, it's been proven that it's anti-cancerous.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And I know that First Nations are using it a lot in their healing and curing lots of things as well.
It is. It's considered a superfood out in the wilderness, and it's ranked #1 in a lot of the wild edibles, and it has a nutty, woody flavor. So, just what I suggest is when you make it, just do a pinch of sugar in it, and you're good to go.
Wow. It's interesting, because I know it is available sometimes in the health food stores as well, and I think lots of people just don't know what to do with it, although they have heard that it's supposed to be good for you. That's amazing. And does it taste good? Like, is it okay to drink, or?
Yeah, like to me, I like it. Like, it's one of those things is Jill doesn't like it, but I do. It's one of those things is either you're going to like it or not. All right. So my suggestion is try it out if you can. And if you are going to harvest it, don't harvest the whole mushroom, harvest a piece of it. And also another thing for bushcraft fans, right, is also known as a fire tinder. So you use your flint and steel, you get a spark onto here, and it makes a little ember. You break that piece off, and you put in your bird's nest. You can blow it into flame.
Awesome. Dickie's Beer Reviews was asking if he can use it in beer.
I've heard of chaga beer. Jill's friend actually makes his own beer. He supplied the beer for the wedding.
Wow.
So
Ooh.
Really?
That would be something interesting.
He actually made a his and hers beer
Oh, wow.
for the wedding, which was kind of awesome for him. So I
Nice.
don't know if he's watching, but if he is, thank you, Charles, for the beer. And you could make beer with chaga.
Awesome. That would be super beer. Super food beer. Actually good for you. Awesome. What else is there that we should be looking at?
I know it's out of season. You might be lucky to find some, but it's pretty well out of season just because we're getting into winter now.
Mm-hmm.
But these ones are dried out, and I purposely Whoop, there we go. So this is rose hip.
Mm-hmm.
So rose hip is the fruit of the rose plant. So once the blossom of the rose goes, it creates a berry-looking thing where the flower was. And pound per pound for vitamin C has more vitamin C pound per pound than oranges.
Wow.
So you basically what I did there was I put it in the dehydrator and shrunk them down. You could do it fresh as well.
Mm-hmm.
You could also eat them, but if you eat them, you got to be careful. There are seeds inside, and seeds look like little teardrops. They have hairs on them, and the hairs could irritate the digestive tract. So it could not, depending on how well you can handle your foods.
Right.
It's kind of like having curry, right? So like I can't handle curry, but Jill, she'll have curry no problem. But yeah, I just basically take that, throw it into water, and make myself a little tonic with lemon balm. And lemon balm is sort of like this one. I'm going to have to start trimming, but this is lemon balm right here.
Oh.
And it tastes like lemon. It's in the mint family.
Wow.
Right? So you take a little bit of that, you take a little bit of the rose hip, and you throw it into a little tea, and wintertime comes, since you're asking. It's great for colds, helps boost the immune system, especially with that lemon balm. They use it in everything from hand lotions and hair products and stuff like that. Another one too is this is Jill's little
What is that?
right here. I know it looks like bamboo. It's not bamboo. It's ginger.
Oh, it's an actual ginger plant.
Oh.
Wow.
And it looks like we're growing some wood sorrel in here too. So that
that is
one.
delicious.
I take it you had it before?
Yes.
So what wood sorrel is, here I'll pull out another piece and try not to eat it. So what wood sorrel is, it looks like a clover, right? But instead of the round leaf, it has these little heart-looking leaves, right? And one thing I suggest about wild edibles is when you go to learn it, make sure you know what you're picking, so you don't pick up something poisonous. You know, it's very easy to get stuff confused. I don't usually deal with mushrooms because it's very easy to mistake one mushroom for another.
Very true. Yeah.
I believe in one of my videos for the Great Lakes, I found some what I thought was morels with false morels.
Ooh.
So false morels are poisonous, but they look very much alike.
That's
But the thing is with this, even though it looks like a clover, or even if you do pick a clover, clovers are edible as well.
Yes, so it doesn't it's not dangerous, yeah.
Sorry, I had to do this.
We used to make salads of those, like just gather them in the woods and make or add them to the salads, the same as you would cress, for example, or just the miniature herbs, the seedlings, the same way we would just add them to the salads. It's very common.
I would cook it with the fish.
Oh, that's a great idea too. Yes.
That lemony taste to it.
Right, that would be awesome.
So what you do is once you pull that fish out of the lake there, you cut it open, you take out the insides, you take a bunch of wood sorrel, stuff it in, and just place it on the coals, and you're good to go. It gives it that awesome smoky flavor.
That sounds really good.
To catch and cook rock bass, you see I used cedar, and I cooked the rock bass on cedar, so which gave it that cedary taste. But yeah, back to the winter stuff. Pine nettle tea, or pine nettle, pine tea. It's also good for in winter with the pine having a lot of vitamin C. So also goldenrod, if you're able to find. I think I showed you when I met you. We talked about the goldenrod.
That's right.
That's good for colds as well. So, among other stuff, you could also make a poultice with the goldenrod and put it on a wound. Same with a plantain. It's a backyard weed. If you go check in your yards, I'm pretty sure you can find some plantain. And you can make a poultice out of it. It's also good for the respiratory tracts. So what you do is you crush that up, you pour hot water into it, and you put the blanket over, and you would breathe it in like you would one of those vapor bowls there. So there's a lot of wild edibles out there that people don't know about.
Definitely, and I'm a lot into that because growing up in Latvia, we go into herbal healing, so to say, a lot of times. It kind of goes along with the medicine as well. It's not like we're only using that, but there is a lot of deep grounded tradition into herbal teas, into trying different natural things along with current medicine to heal bruises or coughs or up your immune system and so on. And I remember gathering the herbs with my grandmother and then drying it out, and that's what I did actually this fall at my in-laws. I dried up some raspberry leaves for the tea for the winter, because I know it ups your immune system. And they have amazing raspberry plants there, so I just gathered them and dried them up, and we'll have tea. So I just love all that.
Well, speaking with the raspberry leaves, you could also add that for flavoring. Now, I don't say start smoking, but if you do smoke, right, you could use the raspberry leaves in your pipe tobacco.
Yeah, that's the old time guys' way. They used to do up the guys that would stay up river all summer used to call it up that Cascapedia River. That was the thing, was that some.
Also in the Cascapedia River area, there's also bearberries. Right, and that's another thing they used to use in teas and pipes and so on and so forth. It tastes amazing.
Yep.
Same with blueberries and it's endless what you could.
Anything dried, I mean, that has a sweet taste is going to give the same flavor once it's it's coming through it. So I was also just going to mention, Hike and Mike says fiddleheads and garlic butter. 100%. That's what we had. Was our tradition was salmon, white sauce, and fiddleheads.
I think in my channel trailer I have fiddleheads. I can't quite remember there, but around here it's actually frowned upon to pick the fiddleheads.
Really?
So, yeah,
Oh.
because around here a lot of the parks are by. Is it CPEC, Pep?
Huh?
CPEC?
No,
Parc de Gatineau,
Mm.
or Park of Gatineau, and it's not part of Parks Canada, but it's still a conservation area, and which kind of sucks on my end because being a guy that likes wild edibles, Jill always goes, "You can't pick that here."
Mm.
Right, and by the time I got like my bag half half full of different wild edibles, she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, and like some now I know, like, if she brings me somewhere, I'll ask her before we get on the trail.
Right.
And a lot of times in my video I'll say like, "Hey, I can't pick it, but this is what this is."
Right, and that's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
That happened to Peter McKinnon when the last time he was in Iceland, and he put out a video, and then he got a lot of flack for it because they were using the SUV and spinning through some of the black sands and everything else, and they were jumping in the moss, and the moss is very guarded over there because there's no more trees left or anything. Yeah. And he apologized and he felt bad, but yeah, that's why you really got to make sure what you're doing is kosher.
And that's the thing out here is because they're trying to protect everything, right? Because what they're doing is they're building up around the park,
right?
But they're kind of pushing that borderline, right? So when you say give them an inch to take a mile, sort of deal, that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah,
and the park used to be, I think it's 160 some acres, or how many acres, babe?
I don't know.
Okay, she doesn't know. But no, it's 160 some trails.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's huge.
Right.
And there's everything from the Lime Kiln ruins to that's on the Ontario side. There's Pink Lake to what I can't remember. There's
that's
so
okay. Don't worry.
Like Huntsman says that it's like a massive grocery store out there.
Yes, that's right.
And that's very true. There are so many things that you can use in your everyday life.
Hike with Mike. I come across a lot of wild orange trees out in the forest in Florida. Always cool to come across them, but they get bitter when growing in the wild. Interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Here's the one thing that drove me nuts is when we went to Hawaii. I was trying to read up on wild edibles in Hawaii because I knew we were going to be doing a lot of trail hikes and whatever, and I wanted to see if I could pinpoint them out, because one of the things with being outdoors and like doing survival stuff and everything is see if you could adapt to another location.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Right. And like what they did where they brought season 5 of Alone to Mongolia. Or what was the other place? There's Mongolia, British Columbia, and what's the other one? Anyways, just seeing if you could recognize out of your area, because I follow. Is it okay if I show a book?
Yep, sure. Go ahead. Just mention the author.
All right. This is Edible and Medicinal Medical Plants of Canada, and it's from McKinnon.
Okay.
And Pusa. So this could go from Eastern Ontario to Western Quebec to even the Maritimes, even down into the States like Maine and Detroit, and even further down. Dave Canterbury actually suggests this book as well. But this is a book I follow. And if I don't know a certain, or if I need to, to touch up on a wild edible, this is something I look into.
You're very important to have with you.
I'll show it just so if anybody wants to take notes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Good.
something.
Very useful.
Because you're right. So many of them, I mean, it's so easy to mistake them.
Yeah.
And almost identical to the naked eye.
And when I went to Hawaii, that was one of the things. Jill's got a picture of me on the side of the road up in one of the, mountain things on the, volcanoes, where I'm like reaching out to a plant trying to figure out what it is.
Right.
Because they look like blueberries. But we have blueberries out here that look like blueberries, but they're not blueberries, and they're actually quite poisonous.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm sitting there looking at this berry, going, I should and in my mind, I'm thinking I want to try this to see what it is, but I'm taking my own advice, going, if I don't know what it is 100%, don't eat it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And, like we went on one hike where there was wild eucalyptus.
Wow, that's really cool.
That's something you don't hear of every
We're
day.
walking in and smelling eucalyptus everywhere. And I'm stopping smelling these plants, trying to figure out which one's the eucalyptus. But at the same time, while I'm like reaching up, I rubbed up against something that I was allergic to, and my whole arm just like a rash.
Wow, like poison ivy almost.
Yeah, and the thing is, there was no poison ivy. It was
something local.
But here's another thing that a lot of people don't know is I'm allergic to aloe.
Oh, wow.
Right? So anything with aloe products, I break out. So if it's in the aloe family, that's what because there was wild aloe plants growing in their gardens. Like people would just grow aloe plants outside like it was nothing. So,
jeez, that's crazy.
But back to the wild oranges, they are actually quite bitter. I happened to find a wild orange tree out there, and there was like wild bananas.
Oh my god!
Before,
that's a new one. That would be something to see.
And seeing geckos running around like live and free, and I'm sitting there going, that's a gecko.
It's hard to wrap your brain around. We're so used to seeing them, but either in a cage or those fruit, as you were saying. I mean, just in the shelves, not used to seeing them, especially out in the wild.
Yeah, exactly. And like some of the wildlife, and I'm sitting there going, like, yeah, it looks cool and everything, but if I was like stranded here and stuck, like plane crash, you hear like Castaway and stuff like that, right? I'm sitting there going, I wouldn't know what to do with some of these plants.
That's exactly right.
So would I be able to get around? Yeah, I'd find the stuff I would know.
That reminds me of the movie, and I don't know maybe if you have watched it, because thinking about our interview today, that actually popped in my mind is Into the Wild, the movie about the guy that purposely went to survive, alone in Alaska in the bus. I don't know, guys, if you haven't seen that, you got to check it. It's available on YouTube. You can find it, full movie. But have you seen the movie?
Yes, I have. Saw the movie, read the book, and read the second book from his sister's standpoint.
Yeah. And that's crazy, like we talk about survival or like how we can do that, but actual people have tried to do that, and I don't know how successful really it is, by the end of it, but it's
at his time of
quite
death,
a challenge.
when they found him, he was 56 pounds.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the thing, and I hate to talk down about somebody, but the thing I feel is he was not prepared.
Yes, I and me not knowing anything about it, it still feels the same.
Winter boots and a 12 gauge and a knife and whatever he had in his pack. That's not getting ready to live out in Alaska. You need to know your stuff. from understanding, is he didn't know how to cross a stream or something like that. Or crossed the stream at a bad time, and like one of the major things that a lot of outdoors guys know is, you get wet, you get cold, you die. Right? So
Hypothermia is the big killer.
And that's one of the things that he broke right off the bat.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, I think at the end it was a pipe dream that really ended badly when it came to the reality. But the movie and the book are amazing. If you guys haven't, in a chat, if you guys haven't seen it or read the book, definitely suggest doing that. It's really amazing.
Like would a lot of us like to do, minus the dying part, would a lot of us like to do what he's done? Of course. I would love to go to Alaska and spend like 3 months out there and living off the land and whatever, but I want to be able to walk back out too,
Definitely. Exactly. It's nice to have an adventure, but you want to be able to tell people about it when it's over.
Exactly. And this is why, like, I give thumbs up to the guys on Alone. Like, they're living a lot of the outdoor guys' dream,
Yeah.
being able to go out and given the freedom to do what they want out in the bush and seeing how long they could last.
It's the daring feat, because there's a lot of danger comes with it. A lot of obstacles, a lot more things can go wrong than can go right. So it's not for the faint of heart.
Like, you get hurt out there, you're hurt.
Yes.
Like season 2 or 3, the woman that cut her hand with the axe, because she was going like this and she went to move and the axe slipped and got her hand and she got pulled out. Last season she got a hook in the hand, like a little fish hook, takes you out of a game, right? So
it don't take much.
Somebody in the chat reminded us about that you have a story about almost cutting off your finger in one of your trips.
Yeah, I know who that is. That would probably be you might have seen my last video of, where was it? I think it was the building the shelter.
Yes.
The driver in the beginning of the video. Hi, Will. How's it going? Yeah, I ended up cutting my finger pretty good. I'm trying to figure, Will, which hand was it? It was, I think, this one or this one. Yeah, it was this one. Was that finger here? And what it was I was trying to tap a tree for a birch tree, right? Talking about wild edibles again. And I had a folding knife, and it didn't really lock properly, but me being stupid and not thinking, I was pushing on the thing and I was doing it properly, pushing with the thumb, but because it didn't lock properly, me pushing on a blade with the thumb, it closed on my hand.
My God.
And it ended up going from here all the way around.
Jeez.
And yeah, I ended up getting stitches and pulled out. And
those things, when when they're not locking properly, we've all been there, we've all had one, and it's okay. Well, you kind of but what can happen, and exactly when they do go, that's the kind of stuff that is the end result.
And had a bunch of guys there. At first, they wanted to cauterize the wound, right? And I'm like, no, okay, like let's bandage it up, sort of thing. And a lot of people might laugh, but the feminine hygiene products are great for fixing yourself up in the woods.
That's right.
So
very absorbent, very easy to pack, and they do get you out of a tight bind and something like that.
And that's what they did. They put one on, then put another one on, and then taped it.
Yeah.
And I sat there like this for about 20 minutes, and the blood was coming down, so we took it off and redid it, and I ended up leaving early on that trip.
Wow. Well, the main thing is you got out and you got help. That's the main thing. Because anything like that, you don't want to be cut too long in the woods with it bleeding like that.
But yeah, they wanted to cauterize the wound. So for those of you that don't know what cauterizing a wound is taking a hot piece of metal and jamming it onto the wound to seal it up.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant process. I've never done it. But yeah, it doesn't sound like something you'd want to go through unless absolutely necessary.
You know, like I could see like if there was no other way and I was going to die because of loss of blood or whatever. But, you know, on a finger, you know, a couple stitches, I was fine.
Well, it's good that you're here because if you're far enough away and stuff like that can really get out of hand fast. So it's definitely one of those wood stories that turned out in the end good, but can go bad.
Yeah, and like all I was doing was tapping a tree.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it don't take much. It's in those little moments that stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
And always check your lock on your knife. If it's not locking properly,
don't use it.
Thank you. We can make this into a learning moment. So
where is it? Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to get a fixed blade, right? This is actually a World War II Soligen Armoso. So
wow.
Fixed blade. And funny enough, the town that knife, the companies makes that knife, the town is actually translated to Town of Blades.
Really?
Yeah, they're actually well renowned for their knife making skills back in the day.
Oh yeah, if the town named itself, they definitely have something to boast about. So that's pretty cool. It's quite a legacy.
And then I got this. That's my main outdoors knife. I actually got that. And here's the thing too, for those of you that want to, going back to earlier question about getting ready for doing a long trip like that and everything, you don't need very expensive gear to get started in going in the outdoors. You could start off by going to a Walmart or a dollar store, and you could pick up a lot of the stuff there. I don't know if they have Dollarama in the States, but
Dollar Tree they use, yeah. Mostly.
Oh, Dollar Tree, okay.
Yeah.
But out here we have a Dollarama similar to your Dollar Tree, and you could pick up a 6x8 tarp for $4. You could pick up paracord for $1.50, a pocket knife for like $2-3, and these are all like, you know, cheap items. And I see a lot of these videos doing the dollar store challenge, and like you could do all this stuff on very cheap. When I first started out, I bought, you know, and you don't have to get the biggest knife out there, right? Like I know this one's big as I'm saying it, but here's my other one. So just
yeah, definitely.
And this one's more practical. This one's a Imperial. For those of you that don't know, Imperial was bought out by Schrad, and they used to make pocket watches and pocket knife sets, and they would put them together. And then they started making them for the Boy Scouts, right? And that's what this one is. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, I use that one now is going to be part of the kit. But this one is the one I bought way back in the day, and I still use it. And when I started, I just started with a blue tarp, a wool blanket I got at a thrift shop for $4 or $5. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. So yeah, I bought it for $4 or $5, and then little cooking cup and stuff like that. So with $20, you should be able to get started.
Well, listen, I want to thank you very much. You gave us so much information tonight. I know this is going to be coming up a lot. A lot of people are going to be smalling this around for days. I mean, I think everybody should know something about this, even if they take a local hike. It's always good to know a little bit more about what you do.
Exactly.
And this has been really awesome. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Hey, thank you for having me. And thank you all the Blue Wrench group there. Thank you all for showing up tonight. Great to have you here. If you haven't already done so, please smash that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell of icons, because you never know when YouTube might decide to work and let you know when we're up.
This is true. And by the way, also, if you hadn't had the luxury of checking out our great guest tonight, Woodpigeon Outdoors, you have to check them out. You're going to find tons of videos about this. Lots of great info. Great host, as I might add, by the way. I love your videos. So definitely, please check them out. And all these social medias. Get to know them all around. So thank you very much for your time. It was a great hanging out with you.
Thank you so much,
Yep.
fellow Canadian.
I know you're here. I'm looking over there because the other camera. I'm looking at you through the screen. So I am. My eyes have been on you the whole time. So
it's all right. Well, that's the thing. I placed the camera on like this so I could actually look at you, because the lens is here and you're like right here, like you're right under it. So I purposely put it on the side where I'll be looking somewhat at the lens.
We should have a better place.
yeah, we got a 32-inch monitor. We got everything turned. We got all kinds of stuff going on, and there's another one coming, so it's going to even be more cumbersome. So, but just know we've been keeping our eye on you, and thank you so much for everything.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for having us. And I don't know what just happened. Am I still there?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
You froze out.
Oh,
Say
yeah,
hi
that's
to
my-
Jill.
That's my fault. There we go.
There he is. There he is. He's back in real time. All right. You take care. We'll talk to you really soon.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Have a good night, guys. Cheers.
Bye now. Oh, that was great. What kind of information is that? You know, it's nice to have a good chat with somebody that really knows his stuff, and man, does he know his stuff. Here's his channel here, guys. I'm going to bring it up. We had it on the video, but I'm just going to bring you back for a sec. He's got tons of stuff to see. Thumbnails look incredible, by the way. I forgot. That was the one thing I meant to tell him, and we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
But they look phenomenal.
And guys, if you are interested in gear, he just a reminder, he does himself, sews himself the gear, the pouches, and the backpack is coming up as well. It's all available on his website, and the website.
Sorry, I went and missed the button.
And website available down in the description below, as well as all the social media links and his YouTube page as well. Go check it out. It's really interesting. And you're right, you know, it's not, and that's what we've tried to talk about today. It's not only if you are a fan of, hiking or outdoors. It's also for the regular us, like me, who likes outdoors, but I'm not a hiker. I don't know really too much about it, but I do enjoy going on in nature. You never know what can happen. And it's good to know these emergency
Definitely.
things. It's good to know what to do if something happens.
Even if you're not in the woods, it just gets you to think on your feet. It gets you to, and that you can use anywhere. It's so important to know what to do in the moment, and being out in the bush really does give you a chance to learn those sets and to home up your skills on thinking on your feet, because that's a skill we can use anywhere in life. So, and it's great to connect with nature. It's great to be in the cities, but it's great to get out and just kind of remember where we come from. That was really awesome. That was a really great chat. Lots of great information. Wow.
Yeah, very
You might want to go back and rewatch parts of this so you can keep it in, because that was a lot of info to take in.
That was Tranquil Jill was saying. Exactly. Because Jay is very knowledgeable in all of that. And
he knows his stuff.
Exactly. Lots of information out there for us to use. How are you guys doing this Friday night? Hanging out, TGIF or not? Or Saturday? Danny's still here, still playing his game, although he says he's editing.
Danny.
I know. Yes, I'm awful.
We love you, Danny. We love you, Danny. Guys, thank you so much for all the likes tonight. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for chilling out with us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys are really, really a great group of honest people, and love hanging out with you. Hope you had a good time. Don't have orange pencils. I guess I missed the first part of that.
Well, I don't know. He always asks about orange pencils, and I never know what it's about.
Oh, I guess he likes keeping the mystique about it. So that's the mystique of Obilex. So I'll work with that.
It was fun.
Oh, you're
Woodpigeon
sleepy?
Outdoors is in the chat, so you can give him some love. He's in the chat right now.
Most definitely.
Give him some love and follow if you haven't.
Check him out, guys. And Xenia and I are going to pick another live stream. It's voluntary, but it's a great way to meet other channels, go and show some support to somebody else, maybe meet some new people. So we'll just pick one out. We'll put up the link for you guys. It's a raid with the hashtag from Pusa with love. If you can use that, that really would be awesome. Once again, guys, voluntary, but it's a great, great way to meet other people. Oh, Cardosa Media, is our pleasure. Thank you. Thanks to our guest. He was absolutely phenomenal. Woodpigeon Outdoors has just got so much info, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Do you think while I'm doing that, we could look into the Blue Range group selfies?
Yes, sure. That would be a great idea. We will do that right now.
And guys, we're going to be back on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern with a shout-out game night.
There we go.
Get your fingers ready.
We have Dawn Cutting Dawn. Thank you so much. That is so nice. Really do appreciate it. Great photo, by the way. Thank you so much. Then we have Stacy Morgan, who's getting, no problem. There you go. There you go. Look how great he's getting with this. A guy that was just getting used to using Twitter and that. Now he's getting those selfies up. I love them, my friend. The wall of support. You definitely got to check them out.
Sporting Gator, the Legends merch.
I love
One
it.
of our past guests this season.
Such a great shirt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that. I'm so glad you're getting your selfies up, man. It's great to see you. Genie Bear, yes. Genie Bear posted our new subreddit that Genie Bear took upon himself to make, which was so kind of him. So cool. Thank you so much. And is it snowfall? Oh, you're starting to get a bit of the white stuff, Genie Bear. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're looking into our not too distant future. Thank you so much for sharing that.
It's coming. It's coming Monday, folks.
That's right.
Pop Hunters Houston, hello. Rickson Senon, hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to our stream. We are at the end part of it, but welcome anyhow. We're always good to see you.
Yes, most definitely.
Oh, Cardoso Mini already has snow, yes. Well, my parents-in-law has had snow for 3 weeks already, I think.
Yeah, off and on.
Yeah, winter snow, as I call it.
That is so depressing. It is so depressing how quickly it just slides in there. It feels like you go from boiling hot summer to a tiny bit of fall, which is my favorite time of the year, to just up to your throat in snow. So, but like you say, what can you do about it? You got to grin and smile through it. And did he say room the future? Godspeed, Super Beast. Is it me or not sure? Stacy, you have a really great night, my friend. Always nice to see you, and great job once again. I'm very, 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 very proud of you. How well you're doing, Twitter. It's great to see. I love having you up there. So that was a treat to get you up, get your selfie. So thank you so much. The right stuff. You are awesome. I really appreciate you being here. I put a restraining order on the snow. Woodpigeon says thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, Polly, you got the merch.
Did you?
Wow. Well, thank you so much. When you do receive it, if you could sport it in your amazing selfies, we would love to see that. Thank you so much, Polly. I hope you like it. That's amazing. Thank you.
Guys, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to us, please give us a chance. We'd love to show you all the things going on in here, have you back some more. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. That really, really does help us out a lot. So, and let's see, did he say from the future? LO, yeah, because we're gonna be getting snow in just a couple of days. That's why, yeah. So
Cardoso, yes, yeah. We could ask Danny, but he's in the summer, so, and he's definitely in the future since he's in Saturday.
Yeah.
And he's in Australia, by the way. For those of you who are confused what I'm talking about.
So good to have all you guys in here. Just give us a second. We're gonna pick out a stream.
Yeah, I think that I think we should go and visit Sunday, there's Veterans Day coming up. I think they celebrate it or Remembrance Day coming up, which they do as well in States.
Yep.
And one of our fellow creators who always comes to our streams as well is having the military service remembrance stream.
Perfect.
So I thought we could go and show some love
Yep.
and honor the Remembrance Day that way as well.
Good pick.
So if we can do that, if you go over there, I'll put hashtag from Puša with love to show where you came from, and let's support each other.
Yep.
There you go.
There's the link, guys. Hopefully, go over, show some love to him. You guys probably know him, Arizona Timeless Tourist. He is an awesome, awesome channel. We try to pick a new one out each time from the list. Head over with the link, copy the hashtag. Please hit the like button on your way out. And that's what it's about, guys. Pass it forward. Show some love to new channels. Get to know each other. Maybe get to meet a few new people. And meet a really good creator. Get to see a bit more of what they do. So cover your letters on your screen with an orange background. Where can I find those orange pencils or knob to do it in lieu?
Blue
or black?
Oh, okay. You
Oh.
gotta, okay, if somebody says at you, then you see it in orange. So if I say at Obelix, then, or hashtag if you're on the phone, then you're gonna see it in orange. So if you say at Push Studios to me, I'm seeing it in orange. You only see the orange ones once,
Yeah.
somebody
It
addresses
can only be
you.
somebody in the channel at that time, and you'll put the @ sign, and then when you type the first two letters, all the available names will come up, and then
Yeah.
that's their way of getting their attention so you can see them. The blue is because we've given out mods to everybody, so that's why the blue side. But yeah, for the orange, you do that.
Finally, I understand that. I think
Yeah,
you've been
sorry.
asking that question for months now.
No, so I hope
so
that
sorry. Oh my God.
So guys, there's the link. Hope you guys can go over and show some love to Arizona Timeless Tourist. He's a really, really awesome person. Yes, Obilex. Like anybody in here, if you want to say like hi there, Obilex, I would write hi there and then put the @ sign and then OB, and then the list will come up of people in the channel. You just select the name and then it'll come. Just try really quickly. Say hi and then put @ sign and then type in PU, and then you should see us, and then just click it and then hit the arrow and we'll see it. Oh, it was our pleasure in Woodpigeon Outdoors. Jason, my friend, thank you for being so generous with your time and your information. You are a really great listen, so thank you so much. You are really a wealth of knowledge, so.
We're gonna be here back on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern with our shout out game night. Of course, as always, every Sunday night at 7 p.m.
There you
Eastern.
go. You got it. Well done, Obilex.
Yay!
Love it. All right, guys. You guys take care. We'll leave this on for 2-3 minutes and post the link once or twice more so you guys can head over. Beyond Trees, we're just on our way out.
Hey,
We're just on our way out.
hey.
You were stalking us, Polly. I wouldn't have anybody else stalk me but you, my friend. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hubert Gunpowder, such a pleasure to have you in there. I'm glad you enjoyed what we're doing.
Godspeed, you can put hashtag in front of the name.
Yeah.
You do have to still type it all, but you put hashtag in front and then it lights up the same way as well. Thank you for purchasing our merch. For those of you that already did, thank you so much for all the love.
Thank you, guys. You guys be well. Take care. Cheers to creating. We'll see you guys really soon. Be well, guys.